Okay.
All right.
All right. Okay. All right. You hear that?
Nice.
Do you like that?
I do like that.
So,
Hey.
so you can hear that? See?
Hey now.
Yeah. And now you're an all-star.
You can pull the mic. You can rotate it. You can do whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll just.
That sounds nice.
I know, isn't it?
really nice.
It makes the conversation better because you're like
You can
we're
focus.
we're in each other's heads.
Could you turn up the compression a little bit?
Yeah. You want an increase?
You
I
didn't
like
know
my
what
voice to sound a little lower.
oh, I can't do that. I can turn up your volumes.
That's all we could do. All right, welcome everybody to. We haven't done a Friday stream in a while. We did. If you guys aren't familiar, we did these every Friday throughout the coronavirus lockdowns. And every Friday we would try a new bourbon, and we did it for like 6 weeks straight. And there were a lot of people at these actually.
Yeah.
So we brought it back. And also last time we went to West Virginia, we did we did like a little like trip debrief podcast, which turned out really well and people really liked it. So twofold. One, we can do a trip debrief with you guys, but also it's very rare that we meet another pair of brothers that are into the outdoorsy stuff. So this is I call them the McKelvey brothers outdoors, reigning from Southern Ohio.
Yeah.
What are the chances that both of our parents had two boys?
That's true.
I mean,
what's
statistically happen very often?
what's the age difference?
They're requesting a pan left.
A pan left?
Yeah.
18 months.
To go more? Okay. Oh, really? Oh, you guys are closer than we are. Who's older?
I am.
Okay.
44.
They want brothers closer? Brothers don't shake hands.
There
Brothers
we
got
go.
a hug.
A pan left.
Yeah, there you go. We got some.
So we're taking video feedback from the audience tonight.
How are the mic levels though?
This sounds good. All right, so we're gonna start with the Knob Creek 15, and then Mike brought some choice things over here, and I've talked about this on the podcast before about how I like tequila, and I like good tequila, and you're the tequila man.
Well, I'm far from the tequila man.
You're the tequila man on this podcast.
I had to scrape the bottom of the barrel to get enough for us to all try here, but with a little more notice, I'll come better prepared next time.
So we went on Saturdays. Giant Eagle gets their resupplies of bourbons, and this came out, and I bought it. It's supposed to be really good. So we'll try it, and then I've got ice, and then we'll just go from there. We'll pull up some stuff on the screen. That's how we did this last time.
We'll listen to some animal noises.
Yeah, so that's also been a hot topic on this live stream. And did you guys?
It's yours.
Yeah, how do you
Just yank.
just yank?
Yeah.
So this is a good segue actually. So did you guys hear? So I guess I should say before I start any of this, we went fishing with them in the Cranberry Wilderness.
Yeah, watch the video.
The video came out. Watch it. But what I was gonna say was, did you guys hear? I don't know if I think I talked to you about this on the second night. Did you hear the screech
The
owl?
screech owl.
Did you hear it?
Yes,
Dude,
absolutely.
the first night, I swore it was humans out running in the woods.
The screech
I
owl? You thought it was
swore.
humans?
I thought it was humans.
What kind of humans?
I mean, they do scream. They do scream like humans.
Humans that like to party.
So we always try these new bourbons neat, and then I always puss out and put an ice cube in pretty much immediately.
So what I've discovered though is bourbon tastes way better in titanium than it does in glass. I'm done with glass.
When you're in the woods.
Snow Peak titanium is all I'm drinking out of these days.
I've got it, but we could all. We need some like shooters.
Well, and to be fair, I love the speed at which the ice melts in these.
Yeah.
It's a different drink every time you take it.
There's not a lot of heat retention in titanium. Okay, so
What do we got? Describe
this is
What do we got?
this is Knob Creek 15. This is actually supposed to be really good. It
So
was
you
it
knows
was
it?
it was
Supposed to
it
be
was
good.
$100. So it better be. So a little
Got a lot of cinnamon,
it's
vanilla.
It's good. It's not $100 good, but it's good.
I mean, $100 is retail.
Smooth.
Yeah.
It's true. It's very smooth.
What's the proof on that?
Oh, it's good.
100. Right on. That'll get you.
All right.
I'm enjoying
Okay,
it.
that was good. I'll go to this
Enjoy
now.
that.
If you got, these are all filled with ice cubes if you guys want them. So we have
Oh, it is limited edition.
Yeah.
No,
this is
worth $50.
This is a
Right there.
this is like it's like, and then I always put the ice cube in and then immediately fill up more. Okay, wait, back to the screech owl. So one thing that people always comment on these live
top.
streams is so we had a big discussion once. There's have you guys ever heard of Lake Vesuvius? I don't know if I've talked to you guys about this. Have you heard of the area Lake
Not
Vesuvius?
before you told me about it. I'd never heard of it.
I believe you had a podcast with or a video with your wives.
Oh, so fan of the channel.
Bonus points.
Family.
So
It's the one other video I've seen.
so that's funny. That's a good spot too to take the wives.
That's what I want to do. I really want to do a wives
Would
trip,
your wife
for
ever
sure.
do this?
Before we were married, sure.
Now?
What about after?
Not worried about impressing me anymore.
That's funny. Anyway, so we went there, and we've been there a couple times, but the last time we went there, and I've heard it before, there's some sort of animal that makes some like ungodly noise. Anyway, we went through like 50 different sounds on YouTube Live trying to identify the animal, and we still don't know what it is. And this is close to where you guys are from, actually.
Are you're gonna say Mothman?
Yeah.
aren't you?
Yes. I was going to say Mothman.
That's where
Mothman.
Vesuvius is.
He went there.
It's like directly. You literally just go straight south of Columbus, basically to like Portsmouth, and you go a little bit east. But it's right by Point Pleasant or whatever that place is.
Yeah.
Anyway, it sounds like what I would imagine a Mothman would sound like.
This looks like Mothman wings on
Yeah.
that.
I know, Angel. Yeah, he brought the ride too.
this
Oh
is
yeah.
good.
Dude, this is getting crazy.
Oh! We did one of these that went 5 hours.
See,
This is getting crazy.
Yeah, don't.
And we had to cut out the last hour because he was too blacked out.
this is the Halloween edition, right? So we can,
Yes. All right. We should actually talk about the fishing trip. So
So hold on. How did the trip come about? Were you looking for a place to go,
that's a
and
good
then
question.
you made recommendations?
History.
This was a nostalgia trip. Probably the second place I ever fly.
So, you've been there a couple times.
In college,
Yeah.
Really?
In college. So there was discussion about we need to get the band back together. We need to get it back out in the woods. We've all been too much in the real world lately. We're talking about places to go. My brother happens to have a guy move in next to him that happens to have
He's my neighbor. I guess that's another crucial point to the story.
a YouTube channel and happens to have recently been to the Cranberry Wilderness. So, I mean, it was a no-brainer at that point to get back. I tell you what, I felt like it was in a time warp, though. I mean, the gear we used to travel out there with compared to...
You showed me a picture once.
20 years later, when I pulled out this musty tote that had all my old stuff in it, just the advances and everything in the time period, it was just night and day.
Does it look similar to how it looked?
Exactly the same, except, the shelters have been updated.
How
But
was
they
it-
still had them when
Yeah.
you were there?
There were shelters there, and they were full of mice and rats. But everything else was exactly the same.
Did you
What-
bike in?
Biked in. Again, we did not have the advantage of modern mountain bikes. It was...
Oh, nice.
In fact, my friend had to use my mom's street bike, single speed street bike to get back there. One of the times, it was still better than another time. We were planning on hiking back in. You get there at 10 p.m. at night, and then you're going to do the 2.5 hour hike to get to the 7 miles. And we found this old cart someone had left there, so we just piled all of our stuff on this rusty cart, and it was still better than packing this stuff out. Was pulling this cart out because we didn't know anything about weight management. Back then. It was just so.
This was right out of college?
This was during college.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
this is 20 years ago.
So, but you guys have gone on fly fishing trips, like as this group before, right? So, is this an every year sort of thing?
Yeah, it is. It has been. Yeah. In college, it was Mike and Big D. That was their thing. And they were ahead of their time. I mean, college students did not fly
That's true.
fish
That's
in
not
the
that.
90s.
Yeah, that's true.
Particularly at Miami University.
Yeah,
The,
that's
the
true.
chicks were not.
No,
They're not into it.
They wasn't into it.
They're into it now, though.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I mean, they're into dudes that are like,
They're into
got
dudes
that
that
look.
fly fish.
They
Yeah,
are.
Yeah, you get the look.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys were ahead of your time.
Before
not
anyone
good to be
got
ahead.
Why
there.
did you so 20 years ago? Why did you pick going there?
Growing up on the Ohio River, the West Virginia border, we had a lot of we had family from West Virginia, and they had talked about going there before. So I actually had a cousin mention it and take me there. During one summer, and then I brought Dan and the gang along. Later on, so.
How was the fishing back then? Do you remember pulling stuff out?
Were there fish?
Were
there fish?
I mean, I was a terrible. We're talking about second, third fly fishing trip ever, and
nice.
And, the learning curve on this sport is a bit steep,
Yes.
and I still caught fish, and
So
I guess a
performance than
segue
last
to our
time.
performance of this past, which is actually really heartbreaking seeing the lack of trout in the stream. Even they've got 2 to 3 miles of trophy section, which is supposed to be all catch and release. They've got a native brook trout stream there, and to not find very many trout in those waters is a little.
It was
There was a lot of good comments today about talking about the river and the current status of it, and everybody's like, if you're gonna go there and you go fishing, you go April, May, June.
So not when we went.
Well, no, we went prime. I mean,
Oh,
when
so
we walked
we
through,
went-
and
so,
we're like,
okay.
this is a fishing mecca.
That's a good story. So we went there in
Fish
May.
in the water right before you got there.
So we went there in May, and that's when I was like, you gotta go to Cranberry. The fishing is unreal. And then you were telling me how you went, and I was like, all right, they're like, we're going.
We were giddy.
I felt so bad about how bad the fishing was.
I mean, people were walking around with just trout when we were there.
Yeah.
They're just like
in
walking.
big
That's
ones.
where they all went.
And so if you're watching this and haven't seen our video, the fishing, I mean, fish were caught, but it was poor performance.
Yeah, you guys caught.
What was the biggest one?
A 7-inch brook trout is worth a 15-inch brown trout.
It's kind of cool
Yeah.
to say that
So
you
I got
caught.
6 brook trout. about
You caught
7 inch.
6?
6 brook trout, 7-inch. One of my great friends, Kevin Mastriani, Mastro Baits, he told me, 15-inch brown trout equal to 7-inch brook trout. I'm going with that. That sounds reasonable.
Did you have the best performance of everyone?
I feel like I did.
I think you did.
Really?
I feel like it
what
was the
it?
first time
What
ever.
was it? Was it a special fly? And I do want to talk the technicalities of fly fishing because I think it's really interesting, and I'm not very good at it.
I'm not good either.
But there is there is a very technical aspect to it. So like you guys got there Thursday ahead of us, and you fished. I guess you got there late at night on Thursday. So your first fishing day was Friday. What was the strategy? Were you like looking at hatches? Like what? Were you just like putting shit on the line and seeing what was hitting?
Yeah, how do you know? Like,
We had
how
a
do
good
you
strategy, actually.
know what flies to start with?
Yeah.
But actually, we did. Everyone went with a different strategy to see what was going to work.
So you have
like we
multiple
had a
different-
plan.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're going streamer, you're going light. Hey, then I'm going to try a terrestrial bug. Next person will do a nymph off of a dropper, and so we all had a diverse plan to see what was going to work.
Was there a winning strategy coming out of that?
No, nothing. No, I mean, actually, no. I started working up that brook stream dog way, and that's where I did start getting success. Actually, it was interesting. I was getting nothing initially, and then I decided to put a nymph off of a fluorescent yellow indicator, and that's all it's supposed to do is indicate. And I was throwing it in this hole, and this brook trout attack that yellow indicator, just trying to hold on to it. They're that hungry. Threw it in again, same thing. Turned around, tied on like a black beetle. I mean, when they're hungry and they want to eat, they want to eat.
Yeah.
So threw that one in, boom, and then it was on. But with brook trout, though, once you hit the hole and you get it, it's ruined, right? Nothing else is going to hit there. Then you move to the next. And so that's where I started having some success there. But brook trout are beautiful. They're fun to catch. They're native. They live there. They're finicky because they avoid predators. But they're small. They're not going to fight. And so at the end of the day, you want to catch a good sized fish. So you kind of want to move on to the bigger stream after catching a few of those and get something bigger. And that's where we were not having success.
Did you think in your wildest dreams the fishing would be this bad?
No, I had no idea.
I mean, you had been there before.
Fully prepared for bad fishing.
Really?
That bad?
Really?
I mean, it's part of the sport.
I love fishing, though. I mean, seriously, not just catching. I enjoy being there.
The thing about fly fishing, and like I'm a very novice fly fisherman, but I have done it. It's much more like hunting fish than fishing. That's how I describe it to people who never fly fish.
I mean,
like you see a fish, you go after it. You're not using live bait. It's more like hunting a fish. I don't know. It's way harder than regular fishing.
Yeah. I mean, most people in May when we saw, they were all spin casting.
Oh,
like
dude, they were
spoons
spin casting with like $10 rods from Walmart, man, and just pulling these things out.
I mean, that is the beauty of fly fishing, though. Like, you put the work into it. You know, it's like if you want to eat a fish, go to the bonefish or whatever up the street. If you want to catch a bunch of fish, throw a net out in the water and reel them in.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to have a tiny bit of sport,
That's
get a
illegal.
spin caster. They're all, you know,
This is our buddy.
If you want to work your butt off.
This is our buddy who's in the chat right now. He just sent me a picture of him at Dogway.
On dog. Oh, my God.
We should pull that up on.
Dog
Andy,
way.
text that to me.
Yeah.
Text that to me. We'll pull that up on.
In that
on
tiny
stream.
street.
No, I think. I don't
Oh, he
know.
caught that in the Cranberry.
Yeah,
Right, in the
probably.
Cranberry.
I was going to say, Dogway's catch and release only.
Yeah,
He's
no, this
po-
is-
He's poaching.
No, those fish are not going to be a Dogway.
Oh, God.
He's poaching. He's actually the one who told us. I didn't realize this was a fishing area. He's the one who told us about
And
it.
Travis also got us to be alcoholics.
Yeah, he also
did?
got us into bourbon. Yeah. Speaking of
Wow.
bourbon, I'm ready for some
He's
more.
like an awesome guy.
Move on to
Yeah.
I was going to reach
or
back.
the
Yeah,
envy.
we have a whole thing there. We can try this.
This Angel's Rye is phenomenal.
I
It's
know.
really
It's
good. I
really
know.
good.
We're gonna kill that bottle.
I feel terrible. I'm bringing half shot bottles to the party. But
What's
this
the,
is expensive.
let's be
What's
honest,
this
COVID's
pricey?
been,
What's the story on this tequila?
that was my birthday present for this year, and Avion. You know, it's a.
Is that a Clooney?
It is not. That's Casamigos.
Oh,
yeah.
Avion's a newer brand of tequila, but this is their high end. They're trying to compete with the Don Julio 1942s of the world. A good tequila, as smooth as they come.
I've
Super vanilla,
I've said many times. I think tequila, smooth tequila to me is better than smooth bourbon.
So
that's sacrilegious.
Why is
to
everybody
say.
putting out tequilas? Is it because
Great
it's,
question.
Is it quick
Making
to
money.
make? Is it fast to produce?
Well, my understanding is with bourbon, the aging process is what the time limiting step is. With tequila, the maturation of the agave plant is the time limiting step. So it's about 7 years, I think, for an agave plant.
Oh,
to-
so it's
to
not
mature.
quick.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. So
Was that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I was like, oh, a couple months.
Succulents in the
Yeah,
backyard?
just boil it down.
You want some more of this before we move on?
even high end
I'd
tequilas
love
may only be
slow.
aged for 6-9 months.
Okay.
Do you want a little bit more before we move on?
No, I'm doing okay
Good?
right now.
Okay.
Which actually brings me to my fish and tequila theory that I have.
Okay,
that-
I want to hear this.
That many people at a young age get exposed to something bad,
Yeah,
and it
yep.
ruins them for the rest of their
Jack
life.
Daniels.
Technically, this
I mean-
isn't that bad.
So my prime
Gilby's
examples,
gin.
number one is salmon. The first time you have salmon, it's a terrible. It's like at a buffet or something.
Oh,
when
I
you're a
see.
kid.
Yeah, I
it's
see
all
what you mean.
fishy.
Yeah.
It's like God, I don't like salmon.
salmon's
So
terrible.
it ruined me for 20 years. I didn't
Yeah.
like, and then you discover like how freaking delicious a good salmon is. And I think tequila is the exact same way. The first exposure to tequila it ruins it for so many people.
So it's
And
that Jose Cuervo.
Everybody, the first time they drink tequila, it's like the only liquor, maybe whiskey, is like you're like 19. You're
Jack,
drinking.
that's Jack.
You're
That's
drinking
Jack
the
for me.
worst tequila. It's at some bar. You're taking tequila shots, and that's. But most liquors, like none of these college kids are going to get scotch at a bar. You know, it's like
think they
tequila.
are now.
Tequila is what like tequila shots, like body shots.
No, it's all like what's that Irish whiskey that everybody drinks? Jameson.
Jameson.
That's true, Jameson. It's an interesting theory though. So how long?
But the difference between a low end and a high end
Yeah.
tequila, like for a whiskey, they're on the same planet, but tequila, I mean, that's a different universe.
What is
almost.
is it the agave? Like what what makes premium tequila so much better?
Boy, I don't know that.
It's
got to be 100% blue agave. I know that.
Okay.
I mean, as
Yeah.
they cheapen everything, they're going to try to find some fillers and everything.
I see.
So
I see what you mean.
I'd say that's the first thing to look for.
Okay.
Make sure it's 100%.
Because like with bourbon, it's like it's distilled in this type of barrel that's at this type of ambient humidity or whatever, and then they rotate the barrels on this and that. That's like part of why nice bourbon is nice, is because of like that. There's a process change they do. I don't know if tequila is the same way.
It's all about the story and how that changes your experience with it. So if it's good, it's good. If you enjoy it.
Speaking of tequila story, I mean, actually, it's getting into fly fishing, and we decided to go to Jackson Hole, me and Mike and Dan, and we were going to hit the Snake River, and Mike's like, let's stop here at this liquor store and let's get some tequila for the fishing trip. And I was still in that old school, like, well, why would we get tequila? Doesn't make sense. He's like, no, trust me. And it was it Trace Generations which is pretty good. And we took that on the fishing trip on the boat, and I was like, wow, tequila has all the same interesting flavors that bourbons can have.
Yeah.
And it was, that sort of is what got me into it.
What so you mentioned the Snake River. Where else is the crew?
Did you float down? You floated down the Snake?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's pretty sweet. But the fishing was better than Cranberry.
Oh, what's not? I mean, we could have went to the Scioto and caught more trout.
Really?
Or the same amount of trout.
It was that desolate out there?
No, the cranberries. No. Snake is great.
Where else has this crew gone?
We spent a lot of time in Pennsylvania, in the Laurel Highlands area. A lot of wade fishing in that area. We were up on a trip the last 2 years. We learned a new wet fly technique from a guy named Dave Arbaugh that runs a guide service in central Pennsylvania. The Little Juniata River, full of trout. Jay, I know he's been making trips to Tennessee.
Yeah, you went to Big South Fork, didn't you? Did you say that?
No, it's called Holston Valley.
Holston Valley.
Yeah. I don't know, Pennsylvania, it was just, do they have the most miles of trout stream, I think is what they say.
Oh, really?
Pennsylvania,
Really?
It's huge. What's so great about, you go to these guys that give these guides out in Pennsylvania, they're just guys, they grew up fishing and they all have their own technique. Like, this is what I learned, this is my leader, this is how I tie it, and they just want to teach people. I mean, I don't think they're making a lot of money. They just enjoy teaching people how to fish.
So where should we go in Pennsylvania then?
It's like right by Ohio Pile.
No,
isn't it?
I know, but like where should we go? Because I want to hit up another trout stream in PA.
I would go with the Laurel Hill Creek, right?
Yeah, I mean, a cool trip would be kind of floating on the Yakagani, doing some sort of white water. They've got a lot of rails to trails there.
Yeah, they do.
You can do hiking there. So that Ohio Pile area is pretty cool.
It's pretty sweet, and especially for how close to here it is. Is this the same dude who gave you the methanol laced moonshine? I was going to tell you to bring that over.
The mistake.
You could use that for stove fuel.
it has methanol in it. You can smell it.
Oh. Yeah, I think it was a mistake.
How do you get methanol?
You have poorly distilled moonshine.
Okay,
and it stays in the
raw. Yeah.
It stays in the distillate, but he has a bottle.
That's what you get for buying, booze at a
The best
gas station.
is, so when you were like showing this to me, I was like, he's got like a really nice bottle of moonshine.
Nice.
It looks nice.
It looks beautiful.
You really should have made him taste it on camera.
Yeah, you should have brought it over. We could have had him taste it.
We could all go blind together.
Well, I told you I bought it as a gift. He let us stay at his condo, and I thought I'll give him a nice bottle. And I'm like, here, let's enjoy a taste together. And he was like,
there's something wrong with this.
Thank God it was my brother that presented it. So I could be truthful.
He could be like,
that's
delicious.
That's a great gift.
So
nice. Thank you for your gift.
There's a good question in the chat. It says, going fly fishing in the Smoky Mountain National Park. Any stream suggestions you can spill the beans on?
Oh man, I've fished there in college, so it's been 20 years. But I don't know that there's like a classic trout stream within the Smokies, but there's tons there. So just find something out. Find something out of the way is the key. I mean, I think anything that looks like a trout stream in the Smokies probably has trout in it. So
there's a bunch of sweet pictures now of fly fishermen in like sweet trout streams in the Smokies with like bull elk crossing the river.
oh wow.
Because they have elk there.
I
now.
never thought of the Smokies as a trout fishing destination.
I didn't either.
But
I don't pay attention to this
It's
stuff.
on the list.
I know.
Yeah.
This is we've only, this is actually only the second like backpacking / fishing trip we've ever done. So it's always something we say we want to do more of, because it's a good way to get to good fishing spots is like through backpacking access or like bike packing. So we always say we're going to do it more, and we never do. So this is good. We're always
this base camp. I love this base camp.
Yeah. So that was another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about.
Amazing.
So we rarely do that sort of thing where you hike in somewhere or bike in somewhere and we call it like base camp, where you have like a centralized location. It's so fun. I mean, so much better than packing all your crap up every day and moving on. And you can hike in more stuff if you're just staying there and you don't have to like bike it around. I thought that was really fun. We never do that.
You're going to do it now. More,
We're
right?
doing more.
I mean, come on.
If I can take a cooler on a bike.
You guys are going to be reviewing Burley Trail. How many cases of beer will fit the Burley Trail?
Did you? So you guys both had some new pieces of gear to test out.
Speaking of, hold on. Lots of questions coming out.
All right, what do we?
Is it about the Mothman again?
No.
They're going to want more about the Mothman.
Devin wants to know what rod reel setups were you all?
This is one of our buddies. He's in Utah.
They want to talk gear.
Talking gear.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed to even think of myself as the slightest bit of an expert when it comes to fly fishing. When obviously there are people that really know what they're doing. I mean,
you seem to know what you're doing. Both of you guys seem to
compare yourself
know.
to us.
Yeah.
So I had a 5-weight and a 3-weight out there. So I had my 5-weight. I was throwing kind of a hopper nymph dropper rig for most of the time with that. Also using it for straight nymphing, and then I had a dry fly on my 3-weight. So I like the versatility of having the two rods and bouncing back and forth between the holes.
So explain to people what a 5-weight versus a 3-weight is.
It's basically the size of the diameter of the line that you're throwing. So the smaller the number, the more delicate the rod, and the more delicate the line. So you're able to, and also the shorter the rod. So in very tight streams, small, technical fishing, the shorter, lighter rods are nice. If you're hefting something bigger over longer distances, you want the bigger rod with the bigger diameter.
Okay. I know like a little bit about this stuff, but I'm not embarrassed to say I don't know a lot about this stuff.
I don't know a lot. I have a 5-weight 9-foot.
And then I know I've heard the term nymphing. But explain to me.
How about Euro nymphing?
Check nymphing.
What is it? What does that mean?
I don't get it.
It's a bit of a taboo subject with certain fishermen.
You're using. So explain what you're using.
You're essentially mimicking the bugs that live under the rocks that are floating around under there, and then as they grow, eventually they emerge and come out as flying bugs. So that the bugs down low. It's a good way to catch fish. You put an indicator, and what's great about that is it can be fluorescent yellow, and you can actually see it for the most part.
Okay.
And so that it's interesting when you can see it. But you just try to get it to bounce around the bottom, and then the fish think it's food and grab it.
Oh, okay. So this is on the bottom.
So
it's on the bottom. Yeah, it's
this
gonna
is
bounce
like jigging
on
for
the
walleye. Okay.
But you're still wanting a natural float down the water, so you're still floating it out. I think it's a little taboo because
I say, why is this taboo? Is this cheating?
Is this cheating? It feels.
Mike's rolling his eyes.
I don't know. I enjoy it sometimes, but it feels more like spin casting, where you're just putting a bobber out there and watching.
It's the only way to catch fish in certain situations.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to catch a fish?
I mean, 90% of the trout's diet is bottom feeding as stuff pushes along. So it's not as fun or as rewarding as dry flying.
The bottom line is
it's technical, it's difficult, it's efficient once you're good at it.
How do you pick the nymph?
You just roll the dice.
He talks to some old man, and he's like, "Oh, this one destroys," and you're like, "Where do I get it?" And you get 10 of those. And then you talk to the next guy. He's like,
I didn't know if you're like looking at bugs coming up. You're like, this one's brown. I'll use this brown nip. I don't know.
Some people might be able to.
Listen, some people do take nets out, and I mean they're literally seething
wow.
the stream.
Really?
I mean,
Wow.
That is intense.
Yeah, you can get
Where were the
intense
nets, guys?
Yes, yeah. How come we weren't aware?
So I see. So you'd sieve the bottom and you'd see what would be coming up.
Yeah, try to match.
See, that's cool.
I don't think they're that smart. I think they see anything that looks like food going through there, they're going to grab it. If they're eating, if they're feeding, and they're in there. But everyone has different theories. I mean, I think the biggest reason nymphing is a little more taboo is the beauty of the dry fly. And I think that's what pulls people in. That first time.
Like seeing
Like
it all
watching the
up.
fly go down
You
there.
hit that fly right in that spot.
Yeah,
it goes
just watch
right
it.
down that channel where you want it, and that you see that fish come up and grab it.
Yeah.
It's such an amazing experience, and then you just want to recreate that experience, and the nymphing just isn't quite that same experience, and so I think that's part of it as well.
So you would have a nymphing setup on one rod and like a dry fly setup on another rod.
Try it, super efficient.
Okay.
Efficiency.
Now, what was your set? Because I saw you with 2
Similar,
rods.
Although I went with a 6-weight, 5-weight. That's not big enough for me. So 6-weight, Orvis, Clearwater. I don't know. I like to go to Cabela's. You got whatever reel. But
My rod had more girth though.
yeah. That's what matters. That's what matters.
I thought that I got the 6-weight because sometimes I like to throw my friends Mastro baits. Check them out. Great lures, streamers. So I like to throw those out there, and they're big and hefty. You need at least a 6-weight to get those out there. Pull those in. So I had some streamer going on, but the 3-weight was perfect.
So you had a 6 and a 3.
terrestrial.
You had a 6 and a 3.
6 and a 3.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was a good mix.
Did
for
you have a nymph
Cranberry.
on any of them?
Yeah, so let's see. I nymphed. I did a little dropper for a while, so I like to put like
What
a
is
hopper.
what does that? What does that mean?
So what
dropper?
you do is, because remember when I said the first brookie, he was hitting the indicator.
Yeah.
He was that hungry.
Did you just put a hook on
And
the
so
indicator?
The idea, well, what is it? You put a foam.
That's for
It's pretty much. There's a foam bug, like a grasshopper. So you got a hopper, and it's got a hook on. You're going, I don't know if they hit it. Good. You know,
Okay.
like whatever.
Okay.
And but really, you're going for you tie off that hook to about the depth of the water, then a nymph. It'd be more likely to catch it on the nymph.
Okay.
But it's kind of like, there's a chance he could hit the hopper or the bug. It might be a beetle. You're floating on the top. So I'll be running that.
Who is Huckleberry McKelvey? Is that a...
Oh, that's
my son. He's a Bernie Doodle.
It's their dog.
Doodle. He's a beautiful dog. He's not a country dog. He's a city dog, but he likes to go to southeastern Ohio sometimes and mix it up.
Here's a funny comment. I asked, this is from Haney, I was cracking up. I asked my 11-year-old son if he wanted to watch Show Brothers with me tonight, and he said, I don't want to watch 40-year-old men get drunk and talk about Mountain House meals.
Yes.
I'm not 40.
Well, he knew McKelvey brothers were going to be on tonight.
That is an accurate.
Wow.
That's an accurate write-up of what these live streams.
Did he drop the mic after?
Just for that, we're going to talk about Mountain House for a while because we'll get into that.
You guys both had Mountain Houses. Oh yeah.
Hold
All right.
on.
What do you want?
Okay.
Should we?
Hey.
Can I taste this? I just
Okay,
want to taste
so
this.
Devin,
Let's just do the tequila.
Okay.
We've
Yeah,
been
let's-
talking about
let's
the
roll.
tequila.
Devin said, do you ever pump their stomachs to see what they're feeding on? Is
Oh,
that a thing?
is that a thing?
Oh, I've heard that's a thing.
You like put a tube down there?
I'm not that.
I just want a little taste.
Well, if you're eating them, sure, you
But
glance in there and
Yeah.
see, but you know exactly.
fresh
what, you
ice
know,
cubes.
It's
If
not
you
like
want,
you're
like,
gonna
a clean
find
ice
a
cube.
crab or
I'm
something.
just going with the
It's gonna be a
bourbon.
bunch of
Yeah, there
bugs.
you go.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right.
I
So
guess people do that for real. I've never met anyone.
Do you
who's
wanna-
done that.
You guys partake.
Yeah, hit it.
here. All right. So this is a first on the live stream, but I've always talked about trying really nice tequila.
I just want a tiny bit. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I just put a little
That's
bit
good.
in there.
He's not a
Why are
believer
you so
yet.
scared out? You're not a
No,
believer.
I like tequila. I'm just not ready to commit.
Comparing it and contrasting it with bourbon, it's very interesting.
You guys don't have palate cleansers down here.
No,
Where are the
we
oyster
should.
crackers?
I know, right? I know. I was telling him, I was like, we do have fresh ice cubes,
Does
though.
Mountain House have oyster crackers?
They do.
Of course they do.
No.
See, that is so smooth.
Not oyster crackers, pilot crackers, they call it. In a big tin.
This is so smooth.
Yeah.
Like so much smoother than bourbon.
unbelievable.
There's a woody taste to
Whoa.
it.
That is.
Yeah.
Whoa.
this is a summer. It's a summer.
That's
I mean,
delicious. That is delicious.
You could drink. I could drink this without ice. That's saying a lot.
Well, it's the same experience though. When you put ice on it, it's going to change.
Yeah.
It's got a wood
It's got a
flavored.
wood flavor to it.
Is it aged in like a barrel?
Yeah, they're
one?
añejos, I believe, are that's extra añejo. So
What is that? What is that? What does that mean? Extra.
I believe reposados are aged 3 months. Añejos are typically aged 6 months to 2 years, somewhere in that range.
Okay.
So an extra añejo is probably more than 2 years.
Some more
Which
time.
is a long time for tequila because it's so delicate.
This
you know,
it
that
has no
too much-
bite. It's just like
It's not like drinking bourbon. We're like, you know.
yeah, you want to bite? Let's drink some of that watershed.
Yeah. Oh God. Will you get the cubes?
Yeah.
I'm ready for a cube change out. This is really good.
I feel like because we keep talking about the cubes, we should talk about how you guys brought the cubes out.
Yeah. Okay.
When
So
we get to that, I mean,
yeah. So okay. So that's a good point because
That's amazing.
It's not the first time we've done that, and it's always been a hit.
I don't know. It seemed like it was the first time.
So it's usually some sort of bartering currency. Like we call
You
it
get
like
fish for
we call it
ice?
like prison style. We're like trading like, oh, you got a cigar? I got some ice cubes. So Andy and I brought in for this trip because we brought in a fully packed Yeti cooler. And watch the video if you're watching this, you can see it. And we literally, so I've got like 12 cube molds upstairs, and he does too. And we just for like 2 days just frozen cubed bourbon cubes. And that was the ice we brought in for this trip. So then, you have ice. So first off, they're bigger cubes, right? So they last longer.
That's a vision.
So just from an insulating capacity, it's better to bring those than regular ice cubes. And then it doubles. You got bourbon ice cubes. So it's a big hit.
Oh,
It's just
this is
it's a labor intensive
It
process.
was so clutch.
Yeah.
You know, it's Friday night. You're rolling in with this big cooler on your
Ice cold.
I know. And how
Ice
good
cold
is
beer,
it having just ice cold stuff to drink out there? It makes a huge difference.
Unbelievable.
And we'll have to get you guys to come out in the winter with us, and then you don't have to worry about that. You can make your own ice.
We should bring the molds.
You can bring the molds.
Bring them all.
Would you?
put some
And I know
yeah.
I asked you guys this when we were out there, but would you guys do more? And especially if there was a fishing component, would you do backpacking specific trips? Where you're like, we would fish, you'd bring fishing setups, but we're still like,
You'd walk.
we're walking.
What do you think? You move along. Move along.
Well, I mean, the idea.
I mean, you have the gear for it.
the idea of being able to get to a place that's
Yeah.
not pressured as much as any standard
that's so
Midwestern stream. I mean, sure, that's super appealing.
Worth the
That
like
is
having to like
What about
haul everything in.
Absolutely. I mean,
what about
Yeah.
flying? Like we talked about, flying to Salt Lake.
So Devin's been trying to get us to come out there forever.
Going to some lakes up in the Uintas.
Yeah, that's where they go.
Base camping, like 10-mile hike in.
Devin, DM me.
Devin has a super legit YouTube channel, way bigger than us.
Devin makes backpacking fly fishing gear.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Specific.
Oh, speaking of that, this is a noob question, and you had it too. You guys all had it. What are the different like roles you guys had on your
Different
chest?
packs.
No.
That's tippet.
You had
Oh, the
tippet?
tippet.
What is that? You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
You can
tippet.
explain it.
Yeah.
He wears this tippet. I don't know why he wears it.
He wore it too.
Oh, you wore your tippet?
I use it all
Why
the
you wearing
time.
it?
What is tippet?
What are you wearing your tag?
What is tippet?
What are you breaking tippet?
Yes,
all the time? What are you doing?
in trees.
Okay.
you
What,
guys
I
doing
want the real. I want the real answer.
More tippet.
So okay, I think I know what it is from that. But
Okay, now get back to
Well, quite simply, it's
Yeah, I'm
it's,
not a
it's
pro.
Just, it's the fishing line at the end of your.
so why do you
your
have
tip.
why do
Okay.
you have multiple reels? Different
Weights.
lines.
They're different sizes for the different size of fly that you have. So it's all about the turnover of the line as you're casting it. So
Okay.
the weight of the line that attaches to your fly has to match the size of that fly, or it won't present properly.
Interesting.
So if I have a tiny little fly on there, then I need a tiny little
I see.
thin
Yeah,
tippet
yeah,
to be on the
that
end
makes
there. If I've got
sense.
a beefy fly on there, I can be a foot. So
that's why
He's
you
a
have, that's why you have,
delicate.
that's why
He's
you have
very
different
delicate.
like different sized ones on you. I see. So how many times did you have to do this?
There's
So
some,
is this
there's like 5 or 6 flies and some trees on the Cranberry.
Yeah. I know, right?
But it's not like you're changing them out constantly.
No,
I gotta be more
but-
delicate here, and I gotta hit.
No,
Did you have to change? Did you have to go to the thing?
I had to add tippet, but not because I was changing not because I was changing like weights of flies, because I was like destroying leader.
I
Does
think
that
it
make
goes.
sense?
Yeah.
I think it
You were
goes
getting
along
caught.
with your.
Yeah.
I'm sure your hiking approach is be prepared. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
okay, I see
it's
what you
totally a be prepared type situation.
I see what you mean.
You know,
I was always curious.
Whatever you don't. If the conditions present themselves as this is optimal for whatever technique, you want to be able to perform that technique.
Okay.
I was just trying to survive.
I was like, if I ask those guys what those are, they're gonna know I don't know shit about fly fishing.
You're trying to look so cool.
No, but like I did a good
Yeah.
job. I was like, I've fly fished a lot, but someone always usually sets up my reel for me, and I'm actually
He does country club fly fishing.
I'm actually
You just go.
yeah.
Put that-
I'm pretty good at casting just from doing it for many years, but I don't know the technical intricacies that you guys are getting into. And I was like, I can't ask these dudes what this
Yes,
is
you
now.
can. Of course you can.
I was a moron like a couple of years ago, and I was just replacing leaders, and people were like, "You could just add tippet on there." I was like, "What's that?"
What's that? I should know about that.
I see. Okay.
I don't know. That's what's so much fun about fly fishing, though. You start at that level, right? Anyone can get in the game, just throw a line in the water, but there's all those intricacies.
super
to learn
technical.
About.
It's
And that's what's
so
great about
technical.
fishing with different people is you're always learning a different.
Yeah.
How do they do it? Wait, when do you do this?
Yeah.
What are you seeing on the water? And that I don't know. What's so great about it too is you're solitary. You're out by yourself trying to figure things out on your own. But then you're coming back as a group and you're talking about your experience and you're learning from each other and you're changing your tactics based on what you're learning from your friends. And that I don't know, that's sort of the beauty of the experience.
Did you guys like in doing that in this trip? Did that happen where like you came back or Big D came back and was like, hey, this was working, and like did you guys like hash out strategy?
Yeah,
Did
we
you
came back and we said, look,
no one's
dudes,
catching
there's
shit.
no fish. So
Hey,
remember, I came back. I said,
Yeah.
"There's no fish. Like, I'm taking my waders off. I'm going for a beautiful bike ride, and
but then you caught a brook trout.
then I caught 2 brook trout. So I don't know.
Didn't you have to meditate to finally catch a trout?
I actually did.
Did you?
I
Really?
Did. I don't think
Did
they're
it work?
related.
Did it work? Sounds like it worked.
There's some relation because it's so amazing to be out there.
Yeah.
Hand me the antique.
Are we? Oh, the Weller Antique. Yeah.
It's so amazing to just be there. The stream is beautiful.
Yeah.
The flow, the noises, the sounds, the wildlife, and just to
The
sit
screech
there.
owls.
The screech owls.
Yeah.
But to take a moment and just relax and take that in.
Did you feel uncomfortable like we did when biking into the Dogwood shelter and seeing bear crap just literally all
Everywhere.
over
Yes,
the
we
place?
gotta talk about the
Everywhere.
bears.
They're so I didn't see any. You guys didn't see any, did you?
Dan saw a
Only
bear.
Big D ever
Yeah.
sees it.
So we hiked in, and I was curious. I was seeing all this crap, and I was like, it kind of looks like bear poop, but there's like a lot of berries in it. That's how you kind of and bear poop always kind of looks like human poop a little bit.
That's what my wife asked me. She said, "How'd you know it was bear poop?"
Andy.
And I was kind of like, "Yeah, how
It
did
had
I
all
know
the
it was
berries
bear
in it, and then when I like calling him Big D, Dan.
poop?" He is Big D.
When he was like, oh, I saw one scurry off, and I was like, oh yeah. And then when I talked to the dude who runs the big tents, Cranberry Wilderness Cranberry Adventure Tours, whatever, he was like, dude, they've been everywhere the last couple weeks, and they're a huge nuisance for him because he runs those big like pop-up tents, and they have food everywhere. And I was like, yeah, I thought I saw some scat over there. He's like, they have been everywhere the past 2 weeks. I was like, great. Love it.
Wasn't it interesting though that they didn't seem to be acclimated
Yeah.
to humans there? I don't know if it's
Yeah.
because they've opened it up to hunting. Because I mean, we certainly heard hunting dogs while we were out there. We had a
Yeah.
story of a bear getting shot while we were out there.
I thought for sure we would see one, or we would hear one come in at night.
And plus, the shelter we used had someone had left food in it, and it hadn't been touched.
Yeah.
And we like,
And there's
Yeah,
bear crap
sure.
all over
and,
it.
and there are chicken wing bones in the fire.
And egg water.
Yeah.
Can we talk about pickled eggs, by the way?
No, but I tried to get him on video. I didn't get. So these shelters, people will just leave stuff in them, and like tons of stuff. I mean, there was Folgers coffee, and there was a mason jar, like a big jar filled with pickled eggs. Nobody tried one. I
Why
thought
did
we
nobody
would.
try it?
It's been sitting
There was a lot
You
of
don't know if
precipitate in
it's-
there.
yeah.
I felt like if you'd have filmed me, I would have done it.
I would have filmed you if you would have done it.
Regrets.
Next time.
It's more like a Jackass episode.
Yeah, I'm not
okay.
going to be the
That's
Steve.
okay.
I'm not going to be the Steve-O of the script.
So from a calorie efficiency, do you think pickled eggs
No,
are useful?
to weight? No, that's 100. That's 90 calories for like
mason
10
jar.
Yeah, for a mason jar.
Oh my god. What else was in there? There was coffee. There was Folgers coffee.
Fuel.
There was propane. There was aluminum foil. There was a bunch of stuff. There was like bug stuff, like citronella candles. I mean, they stock those things, or just people leave stuff.
Yeah.
People
They
must
just
just
leave
leave
it,
stuff
yeah.
there, right?
We left some wild turkey there.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Nice. That's
That's
good.
nice.
That's
That's
nice.
nice.
Pay it
Nice.
forward.
That's a
I mean,
nice thing
That's not gonna go bad.
That's just a
No.
good
Yeah.
thing to do.
Yeah.
Pay it forward.
Pay it forward.
Your dog wanted
You're
to make
welcome
a shout
looking
out.
at that.
Huckleberry? Huckleberry McKelvey?
Yeah, I said Josie wants a shout out. I don't know what that means.
Well, Josie's my daughter, not my dog.
Well, no, Huckleberry wanted to shout out
Huckleberry.
Josie.
Oh, Josie.
Is the name on YouTube Huckleberry McKelvey?
Yes.
That's probably Finn, my son. Is his thing.
nice.
Okay, here's
he's gonna be a fisherman someday. He will be.
Here's a good comment. So John says, "Great wilderness fly fishing in the Bighorn Mountains, Cloud Peak
We've been
Wilderness.
there.
Come on out. I'll take you on an unbelievable wilderness backpack fly fishing adventure. Invitation
Andy
open."
and I have been there.
Hey
It's in
now.
Wyoming.
Hey now.
It's in
Oh,
Wyoming.
gosh.
First,
That's amazing.
actually, one of the first spots
Wow.
we went backpacking was the Bighorn Mountains in the Cloud Peak Wilderness. It's in Wyoming. It's in like eastern Wyoming.
Yeah. Wow.
First encounter with a moose on trail. I don't know if you guys have ever encountered moose. It's also, and John, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it's grizzly country.
John,
I think it is.
you can comment on that.
Yeah, it's gotta
Fishing,
be,
nothing
right?
like fishing in grizzly country. Just leaving fish guts everywhere.
Well, that was
I've
a big
heard
part.
that's
That was a
scary.
big
No,
part of
that's real
fishing
deal.
in Jackson Hole. Was
Oh, right, that- right.
I mean,
right.
it totally affected where we
Right.
could and couldn't fish.
Did you guys camp when you were out there while you fished?
Airbnb?
Yeah, we're still in our Airbnb phase back then.
But it did but that did affect where you were fishing. The fact that there were
Absolutely.
grizzly bears there.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
So was the guide? Were you with a guide, or were you just like out there?
On the river we were guide, but
Okay.
then we did a day of just waiting.
So was the guide like, if you fish over there, you will get eaten?
I got to give a shout out. So
Yes.
my roommate in medical school is the medical director for the Teton.
Oh yeah, you're telling me this guy.
Teton National Forest
Shout out?
Search and Rescue. Shout out to AJ Wheeler.
Shout out AJ.
Yeah, but it's good to have a connection and
Yeah.
to tell you, okay, this is where people get killed. When
Has he picked up any dudes that got mauled by grizzly bears fly fishing?
absolutely.
Really?
I mean,
Seriously?
absolutely.
Really?
Were you guys
problem-
Were you guys packing? Packing the
Packing
heat?
heat.
We were not.
No, it's too cheap.
Did you have bear spray at least?
No, it's too cheap to buy the bear spray. You know, what's funny is they did say, like, look, make a lot of noise. Like,
Yeah.
don't accidentally sneak up.
Yeah.
You know, just like be noisy.
Yeah.
Which is the difference because when you're at Dogway in the Cranberry, it's like,
It's quiet.
be quiet,
Yeah.
stay low, sneak in there. And, you know, it's a different style. I mean, it's a real danger. I always say when people say things are dangerous on the East Coast, not so dangerous. In the West, when they say it's dangerous, it's probably dangerous. You should listen to
grizzly country is a whole different
Yeah.
ball game, especially from a backpacking standpoint. I mean, and when you're backpacking in grizzly country, you don't you stop and you eat your dinner and then you move on and camp somewhere else.
You get the hell out of
And
there.
people will even hang the clothes that they cook in.
Yeah,
and they
I
use
wouldn't
bear
fillet fish
canisters.
in my hammock.
And I was thinking about that. I was thinking
I
about
guess
that.
I'll walk
No,
away
I was
from
thinking
my
about that in
hammock.
Cranberry, and we did this. When you catch a fish there, if you're going to eat it, you fillet it there, and you do not fillet it back. You do not want fish guts back at your camp because a black bear would be all over that. I told you the story about the black bear. Travis, our buddy, picked up one of those Coleman stoves and ran off with it. You know?
John says no grizz in the Bighorns, lots of black bears, mountain lions, elk, deer, and moose.
Mountain lions might scare me more, but they don't go after fish.
Grizzly in the woods. or winds. Sorry.
Oh,
winds
okay.
and
So
winds.
western Wyoming.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So you only have to
That's
deal
good.
with you only have to deal with moose, black bear, mountain lion, just all of those. But at least mountain lion aren't like drawn to
I'm
fish.
not as scared as those, but maybe I should be.
mountain lion. Mountain lion.
So
So
we'll get you scared of mountain lions.
I'm scared.
Mountain lions much less prevalent, so your odds of encountering them are much lower.
All right.
But like
They hunt you.
But for instance, if you see a bear, I mean, odds are your interaction with that bear is going to be benign. I mean, it's going to be totally fine. Mountain lion will stalk you for like miles on end, and you
then
won't
jump
know
on your
about
back.
it. Versus a grizzly bear, you're going to know if that grizzly bear is there.
Cats suck, don't they?
Cats. Oh, he's got a cat.
I got a cat. This would be a great time for him to come in here. But seriously though, they do stalk you and pounce you.
Okay. Well,
But and they also we got into this tangent on the episode where we were talking about things that yell at night. Mountain lions actually make like a really, really terrifying scream at night, which I never. We pulled it up on YouTube. It's actually terrifying. It's like a howl. Have you heard it?
Are you going to play it? I think someone wanted to hear some
play it.
sound
We'll play
at
it.
some
Yeah,
point.
Worse than the screech owl?
Yes.
Well, the screech owl sounded like it was partying.
Let's show the picture of Travis with his trout too at some point.
Okay. Did you text it to me?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. All right. So this is
Nice.
Travis. Pull this up on this on
Look
the
at these,
screen.
man. He caught them on woolly buggers.
Whoop,
That's
don't
what he
show my
said.
tech. All right, there we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. I wish I could zoom in. I can't really.
Wow.
Maybe I can. Oh no, maybe.
But
By the way, the woolly bugger is the most efficient pattern that's I think ever been invented for fishing.
Those are
it's fun.
Those are
They're fun.
huge fish, Travis.
That's what I understand.
those are massive.
That wasn't recently stocked. That thing had been there a while.
I don't even know if they stock brook trout in there. Those are amazing fish.
Yeah, that was impressive.
All right, you guys are gonna hear this. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. So people.
This.
Yeah. That's what they sound like.
Okay, I'm scared. Oh.
Is that insane?
You sure that's not what we heard?
It does sound like it though, right?
That's what I heard. I thought that was the party next door.
So honestly, I'm
Screech owl, yeah.
I'm 99% sure we heard a screech owl.
No, it was an owl.
Come on, screech. Come on.
526.
Okay.
Just screech. A minute?
Come.
Dude,
2 minutes of screeching?
people just want to hear the screech, dude.
Every time we do this, we like pull up the YouTube videos.
Oh, there he goes.
Well, he's just like puttering around.
Just screech.
So
Come on.
you hear that, right? That's like a normal owl sound.
That's weak. I think I'd
this
turn
is
it
a little
forward.
boring. Okay.
But that, like, you recognize that sound, right? That.
Yeah, that's not what we were hearing now.
No,
that's
but
weak.
that.
No, we heard screech.
That's
Definitely a
weak.
screech owl.
Weak.
Oh, maybe.
Well,
wait.
it's daytime. Would they screech?
Yeah, no, they don't.
There,
They don't.
There you go.
We
right
want this
there.
one.
This is it.
We've watched.
That's the one I saw.
I think
No.
that's the Mothman. Isn't it?
I love how
Wait.
we've watched
That
this
is the
video.
Mothman.
Wait, where was it? Did we hear it?
Yeah.
Kind of.
No. They like howl. You guys, this is not what we heard.
Yeah.
It's like a louder version.
That was
of
cool
it.
though.
Not Western.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. guys.
Geez, 3
Come
minutes.
on.
Oh.
Well, so it's cool. Did you guys think it was cool? It's more annoying to me.
It was annoying because it just wakes you up.
Yeah, but I wasn't like freaked out. I was like, oh, there's an owl right there.
But did you hear him? Did you hear him fly along the river? Because he
I
did
thought
it.
it was people in a boat partying down the river.
Did you actually think
the
that?
first night I actually did think. it
How
was
are
like
they
at
getting a
3
boat
a.m.
down
No, I
that
didn't think
river?
it was
there's a crew of college
I just
kids.
thought there was a camp down there. They were out.
To be fair, you are super disoriented when you're sleeping in the woods.
I didn't sleep that well.
Did you guys? So the first night when I go on a trip, the first night in the woods, I always sleep really bad.
Yeah, terrible.
And then it gets better, maybe because I'm sleeping.
Well, yeah, because you didn't give me the instructions on the quilt.
That's true.
You let me borrow.
It was actually
I didn't
colder.
know I
It was
needed-
much colder than I thought it would be there. Granted, it's tough to get the temperature reads because you're looking at towns that aren't up in there. But it was low 40s at least. At least the nights I was there. And was it colder?
It was colder the first
It was
night,
colder the
yeah.
first night?
Yeah.
So
Well,
you
yeah,
were
and I
cold?
didn't get the instructions with the quilt. I thought you just kind of crawl into your
I know. I
tent,
threw him
throw it
a quilt
on,
with a
and-
foot box, and I just said, "Here you go."
Figure it out.
You really needed instructions for blankets?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Did you?
Good point.
There was a lot. There were buttons and straps.
There were, yeah, there were a
Zippers.
lot.
There
yeah,
was
there were a
zippers,
lot.
buttons, straps. I didn't know what it was doing.
This brings up a good point, though, because both you guys had some new gear for this trip. Did you guys have any gear that you thought was really well? You had a pretty sweet setup.
Dude, I kind of went crazy at REI. And
Shout out to his wife. Krista, shout out.
I
He
mean, I
likes to
gotta
buy
be
stuff.
serious. Like when I pulled out my 20-year-old gear and like saw some of the stuff in your basement, I'm like, oh god, I gotta step it up.
You had a good setup.
No, I was really happy with.
Do you
my
have the big
setup.
Agnes tent?
Big new copper spur.
That
big
tent was-
Agnes.
that tent was really
I mean,
cool.
I don't know. It's made out of tissue paper, but it somehow stays together.
When you
the
went
whole time.
to REI, is that the night that you guys went? to
No,
REI?
him and I went to REI.
I was like, Alex
30
probably had
minutes.
dollar signs. So it was like he walks.
No. We didn't buy anything. He had already bought it. He went to get his pack fitted there. What did you think? Because you had a tent, you had a sleeping pad, you had the quilt,
Yeah,
you had a new
yeah.
pack, which you didn't
Yeah,
really.
you know what's funny
use,
is I
but-
was all over the place. I was borrowing some of his old stuff that still stood up, some of your new stuff. You know,
Yeah.
borrowing like the quilt, but his old
was a
tent from LL
Frankenstein.
Bean.
I
Really
saw
great
the tent he was
That a
using.
great
Yeah.
tent.
That's an LL Bean
LL
tent.
Bean. I don't know how old that's.
Do they make tents?
Years. I
anymore?
thought it was a great
don't
tent.
know.
I thought.
Yeah.
Did all your gear were there anything where you're like when you got home you're like, oh, I gotta buy this, or
Or the
like
chair. I love the lightweight chairs.
you came with the chair zero, man. That's a
Definitely
heads up
the chair.
play.
Yeah.
Listen, I had packed out traditional. I think I
Yeah.
had an aluminum
Big D.
framed like
Picture
like
Big D with the
nylon.
chair right now. Just
I've always been a chair proponent. Like I'm
Yeah.
not sitting on,
Dude.
I'm not
You're
sitting on a
preaching to
log
the
for it.
choir, man.
Like
You're
these
preaching to the
these
choir.
new chairs. I'm like,
Gosh,
holy
chairs are
cow!
Yeah.
Like,
And I
yeah.
told I was like,
Wait. So that was your.
that was his chair zero.
You bought that?
He came
yeah.
prepared.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember when
Like
we
I
had
said,
our
I went
little.
crazy.
he bought
Yeah.
that. Let me say, what's expensive?
Hey,
give me that.
20% off over Memorial Day. I get it.
When
20% off.
when we were talking in his backyard before this trip, and I think you told me you had that chair or something. I was like, you're gonna fit in great with us.
chair kind of guys.
Yeah. But how good is it having a chair though? It's a little
you
thing
got
that
a
makes a huge
chair.
difference. But that is in the backpacking world, that is a
Yeah, that's like the
Controversial
That's like the
topic.
nymphing.
yeah, it is. It is.
Is that
It
the,
is.
is that the Euro
It is.
nymphing of the
No, it really is because people
get
people poo poo it because it's not a light piece of equipment to bring.
Pound.
It's a pound
But why
at
isn't
the
that-
at the best.
Why is that not good? You're carrying extra weight.
That's not the mindset people have.
No, it's like you need to be one with nature. You need to sit on the ground.
You need to be uncomfortable.
Well,
Sit on some
On the
rock.
ground or on a log?
Oh, log's worst. I'd rather sit on the ground than a log any day.
Both options are terrible compared to a chair.
Yes.
gosh,
Do we
chairs
all
are
have
nice,
chairs?
dude.
Did Bill have a chair?
No.
He's the
So
only
there's
one who ever
always
gets
there's
chair.
always one guy who doesn't have a
but-
chair.
Not because he's against it.
No.
He probably forgot
Well,
his chair.
But the best is every once in a while we'll go on a trip and everybody has chairs but one.
One person.
That
And
guy,
then-
Bill
and then-
Stanley, is
and
that
then-
guy. He's the guy.
yeah.
But then so like somebody will be up like gathering wood and then you'll see the non-chair guy like I'm just like I'll just be like I'm just gonna sit in this chair until he comes back.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said, Bill. Just sit in this chair, would you? Just sit in this chair.
It happened. You never want to be that
The
guy.
first person that gets up gets the chair.
yeah.
I stoked the fire.
You know, and at the very beginning we would trade chair time for resources.
Yeah.
We would be
Yeah,
like,
we would.
okay, you
How
start
much
the
does an
fight.
ice cube
Ice
get?
cube.
Yeah.
Chair time.
I'm telling you, that's 15 minutes a minimum of chair. More than that.
Oh, that's
More
4
than that.
hours. 4 hours chair time. Easy.
So you guys were all happy with the gear you brought?
I think I was really happy. I'm trying to think of what would I do differently.
Well, hold on. Let's give the viewers what they want. This was your first trip when you experienced Mountain House.
Yeah.
So
40-year-old
thoughts.
dudes getting drunk talking about
Wait,
mountain house.
did the kid go to bed yet before we start bringing up Mountain House?
Yeah.
Let's make sure he's in
You
bed.
did have some good mountain
Honestly,
houses.
I
you
have
liked?
never eaten freeze-dried food. I was
Wait, really?
never. I never had freeze-dried food.
You too?
Never.
You know,
First experience.
Maybe, but I
What
mean,
were you guys eating on your old trips?
Dinty Moore cans.
Okay.
And I told you my standby was a baguette. And
Yes, you
did.
Where would you buy a baguette in the 90s in Southern Ohio?
Kroger.
It makes sense.
I mean, you can't smash a baguette. It fit perfectly in the backpack.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does fit. It does fit perfectly back
You
there.
can't
idea.
smash a baguette.
It's not a bad idea.
You can put it on the side.
Yeah, you can put it right in the side pan.
Where your poles go?
Yeah.
I mean, you got charcuterie by the time.
Yeah,
You make some bruschetta.
You have the summer sausage, the baguette, bring some cheese.
It's actually not a bad idea.
Hey, I was revolutionary back in the day.
Yeah.
You guys were so far ahead of your time. It's amazing.
Fly fishing with a baguette.
Mountain House.
Actually, but before we get to that, I remember in Spam, like, okay,
Spam's
I've got to do Spam. Like somehow I'd missed that. I missed out on that growing up too.
I never, and that's a very popular thing to bring camping. And Andy and I have never brought Spam.
We've
Have you had it? Is it good?
No, we've had it.
I've tried it once. I've never brought in Spam.
It just tastes like a salty hot dog.
It doesn't look appetizing.
Sounds awesome.
It's okay. It's okay. I don't hate it.
It's a very popular camping food.
I'm not gonna lie. Some of those commercials of Spam where they slice it and then fry it and then put a piece of cheese on top.
Frying
on a
it
bun,
would be a good idea.
pretty good.
So you guys both brought in mountain
on a
houses.
baguette.
Yeah, on a baguette.
Yes.
With ice cubes.
French meat, Hawaiian.
That's not bad.
Nice meat.
So this was the first time with Mountain House brands.
Yep.
Did you guys like them? I know you had a bit of a fail with the eggs.
I tell you, I was so impressed. Honestly, I mean, I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But I was like, wow, this is such a satisfying home cooked.
What do you guys normally do
meal.
on your fishing trips? Because you're staying somewhere.
We
so
like to
cook
go to
stuff?
the Olive Garden. No, actually, you know what we do? I swear, you just like put a peanut butter sandwich in your pack. You know, you're out drinking beer, eating a peanut butter sandwich, and then we come back and usually just meat, like steaks on the grill.
Okay. All right. Classic man food.
Yeah. That's the awesome part when you got an Airbnb or something, right?
Yeah, the best part about trout is you don't need to get up in the morning to catch them like a lot of fish.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
That's why I love the trout.
That's a good point.
Totally brunch out in the morning, and then that'll get you through till 8 p.m. And then once the sun's down, then you start eating again. So,
Is it true? So I've always been told this, and I've found this to be the case, but definitely certain times of day are the better times to be fishing for trout. Is that true or no? Is that BS?
Yeah.
I mean, dusk seems to be
That seems to be the best.
Always.
You know, why can't dusk last 15 more minutes?
You see, that seems to be for you guys the time when the most action is happening.
I mean, but there are various points throughout the day where they're on. Like, you know when they're on or off.
But it's
dusk seems to be
Is that like a feeding
consistent.
schedule?
It's related to the insect cycle.
Like the hatch of the insects?
When
they're on the same
it becomes cloudy, the insects come out, and so
Oh,
it's more related to that
interesting.
than any specific time of day. Or,
Okay.
So interesting. My uncle does a bunch of trout. Our uncle does.
Yeah,
a bunch of trout fishing.
Ours
Yeah.
just one of your uncles. Let's talk about that.
You have an uncle that we don't know about?
But he always gets to the river super early.
I've
But
heard
that-
early is
trout?
like.
Yeah, but it's to claim a spot.
That's
Jeez.
fair.
Well, he's
got
fishing.
he's got his can of corn ready for.
But I have
Best
heard.
can of corn.
I've heard first thing in the morning and dusk are the best times.
Hey, the kid's actually watching the drunken Mountain House chat.
Hey, shout out to this kid.
Maybe we talk.
Hey,
did they
Mountain
make like
House is good.
A Sour Patch Kid Mountain House for the kids. Maybe they would like that.
Okay, this is actually a good question I wanted to ask both of you because you both have children and they're of age that they would be into the outdoors if they were, but are either of you guys, you have 2 kids, right?
2 girls.
And you have 2 girls and you have
2
3
boys
kids.
and a girl.
Is this something you could ever see any of your kids getting into?
I hope so. They're out there now. Maybe.
Could you
I
imagine
definitely hope so.
taking them all to
sure.
the trout stream and like having like a big bundle of fly rods and just be like,
Yeah, that I don't want to do
you-
at all.
yeah.
Like, it's
Mike,
like, if
what
you
do you
can't
think?
handle your
Do
own
you think
gear,
you get
then
any of your
So the
daughters?
problem with
Handle your own
kids
gear.
and fishing, kids want to catch fish. They don't want to.
What about
fish?
What about
Right.
what about backpacking? What about just camping or backpacking in general?
Absolutely. I mean,
You think?
I have not done it, but after this experience,
How old
I
are your
think so,
kids,
yes.
10 and 13.
And your kids are
13, 12,
So,
and 5.
Okay.
But I think the key is you ease them into backyard, spending the night
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
in
Watching
a big
movies.
Yeah.
big town. You know, you got to ease them into it. I mean, we're from Southern Ohio. Our parents live on the Ohio River. You know, kids getting experience spending nights in tents.
That's a
down
normal
there
thing
and,
for you, yeah.
you know, fishing for catfish, where there's no pressure. If it happens, it happens. But
But that's why I want to do the wives trip first. You got to get the wife ease in.
So
and then ease
I already
in the
talked to my
kids.
wife. His
Gotta
wife's
ease it
gone.
in.
Mike, we got to get your wife in. We'll just go somewhere. I was telling Jay, just go somewhere. Couple miles in, nice views. There's a bathroom that's within a 10-minute walk.
Yeah.
We bring good food. We bring some wine.
It's pretty hilarious.
It's
wine,
basically car
your favorite
camping.
easy chair.
My
Bring
wife,
chairs, and his wife is like the most not into backpacking
She
wife.
goes. She goes
and
into
she
the
came.
she goes into the hammock at like 7:30, 7:45, and watches Netflix.
Yeah, we'll have cell service.
And then you're in by 8.
yeah, I mean, I've got to tell a couple stories based on that.
Oh, no. Whoa. Are you sure?
I know.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me
Yes,
check this.
this is going to be
Are
on the
you
internet
sure?
What happens
forever.
on the internet?
Whoa, hold on.
It's
You're
it's
sure?
here forever.
Okay.
He's
Sure.
Snapchat or something.
Okay, here we go.
This antique is good.
We're
No,
going.
I mean, in our
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Alright,
Hold
you
on,
wanna-
hold on,
you
hold on.
need a
Do you
cue?
want to?
Yeah, I
we
do.
ready
I do.
for that?
That stuff is so
I
good.
feel like for that,
You ready
you
for another
need, you need
cube?
a fresh cube.
Do you wanna
Yeah,
pick your
that's-
cube?
You have to
I mean,
experience.
I can touch it. You guys want a fresh cube?
We got more
Boy,
cubes.
We got more cubes.
The melting speed of the titanium again.
So-
Unparalleled.
So is it more insulated than glass?
No, way less.
So less,
Way
right?
less,
So it
yeah.
should, right.
Yeah, it's going to melt at a much
Way faster.
faster rate.
Okay.
here.
All right, so you're gonna talk about your wife.
Yeah, I love it. On the internet. Wait, first
Airing
off,
of
is any of your family watching?
Yeah, right now.
Who knows?
Okay. I know some of his is. At least his,
No, I
his
mean,
dog and
daughters
his,
are with them.
we still laugh about this story. I mean, in our courting phase, you know, she was
He
in,
called it courting, by the way.
courting
Did you
Everyone.
guys
phase.
court
That's
in the
how old I am.
1800s?
He called it courting.
Wait, pass that. This stuff is good.
You know, she was definitely into camping and hiking back then. And
Where is she from? Is she from somewhere?
Ohio, Western Ohio.
Okay.
German.
I'm
In the Smoky Mountains. Unfortunately, we had the pup tent that I grew up.
canvas pup tent.
It was
Oh, nice.
not waterproof. One of these nights where we're in a campground and it had been raining. We're in we got a Honda CRV that we end up having
Nice.
to sleep in. We get up the next morning. I spend probably 45 minutes trying to start a fire. And the guy next door in his mobile mansion, after watching me for half that time, brings out a 2x4 and said, "Hey, this might help." Like, you know, the most emasculating thing, like not being able to build a fire.
That's
pretty funny.
Pretty funny. For your future wife, you know, she's
At least it wasn't Zac Efron. Popping his
Some
shirt
jack
off.
dude. Nice. This is when you guys were dating.
still dating
Okay.
at the time. I mean, the other, and again, I've told this story a million times with her and her friends,
But never on the internet.
I talked her into going on a little whitewater rafting. adventure while we were
Okay.
down
She
there.
sounds outdoorsy.
And it was a mellow river. You know, you didn't have to have any experience. You didn't have to necessarily know how to
so
drive
good.
a boat.
That's so good.
It's so good.
Hold on,
That's
pause.
the real deal.
Pause. I was texting back and forth with Travis right now.
Okay.
I told him I would rather have this than the Knob Creek 15.
They're the same price. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
That's better. Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
No, it's not even the same league.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Continue.
Back to the
All
story.
right, continue.
All right, continue. We're back at the Smoky Mountains. Yeah.
So she
Mike
thought,
can't start a fire.
She thought
Zac Efron next door comes out with a 2x4.
He pops his shirt off.
So before you go on a self-guided whitewater rafting tour, they give you a video that says, if you fall off the raft, if your foot gets stuck in a rock, you will get pressed under the
Like you'll
water
die.
and you will
You'll-
die.
yeah.
You will
This,
die.
wait, you went on self-guided?
Self-guided.
Nice.
Self-guided. Yeah.
What a stud.
Yeah. She must have been like, I'm going to marry this dude.
Well,
So we didn't have our teamwork down when we started down this river, and
they've since have teamwork together. They've put it together.
I think it was bad enough where even I was in the front and she was in the back. kayak, and like we were getting.
Oh, nice.
There's a little island that we came to, and we got turned around, and I mean, literally 5 minutes into this trip, we got pushed sideways and pushed over and knocked out.
Oh, nice.
I looked at my wife. We're in 18 inches of water, and she has her 2 feet sticking straight up in the air. She is not going to get pushed under that water and die.
So she sounds like she could be into the outdoors.
I think so.
What about are we gonna get Missy to go whitewater rafting?
I think she would do that. Yeah, I hope so. I don't know. We haven't done a whole lot of outdoor activities, but I do think I think she would enjoy it a lot. To start.
Yeah.
You got to ease into it.
He went 0 to 60 with his wife.
He was courting. He was courting, trying to impress. He was the the
showing
Zac
my
Efron of the
boating
day.
skills.
Yeah. Hey, it worked out. It worked out for him.
He sealed the deal.
He sealed the deal.
He did.
That's pretty sweet. We've had we've Andy and I have pushed hard to get our wives into the outdoors, at least backpacking, and they've been open to it because we're like, we're gonna go.
They just my wife just likes to be on YouTube.
Hey, that's fine. They can be on
Wait,
YouTube.
on it, meaning watching it or being videoed?
Just
on it?
watching it.
Do you have a TikTok channel by
No,
the way?
No. We should diversify.
We have
So
Instagram.
you don't like to make money?
We have Instagram.
Yeah, we hate money.
Yeah. I know, right? Yeah. No, we haven't got a TikTok yet. We have a strong Instagram presence. TikTok is a whole new world.
I have to say though, after doing this trip, it did make me realize there is something about being out away.
Oh, dude,
unplugged.
you brought it up, and I was telling my wife this.
Like, okay, this is better than staying at an Airbnb.
It's as good as I remember.
Like,
It's really good.
This is so good.
No, I was telling my wife, like, just like even the fact that we didn't have, didn't have cell service. Like you're not just like I gotta like look at something. Like just the fact, we go backpacking all the time. Just not having cell service, just being out there and like. It forces you to be engrossed in what's happening.
You have to talk to the people.
You have to talk to people you're with.
It's weird.
And like him and I were talking because your wife asked me this. She goes, we talked. Oh, we talked. She goes, would you go out with those guys again? And I was talking to my brother about this. I was like, absolutely.
Would you go out with them again? Wait.
No, we had a really good time.
Did she whisper in your ear?
Would you guys go with she's like, would you go with them again? And I was like, absolutely.
Base camp, drink beers, trout fish.
But Kevin, this is another theory of mine. Road trips are better with people that you kind of know.
That's a good point.
The stories are all new.
That's a good point.
The jokes. Did you hear any good jokes when you were on the trip? Not that we can repeat.
No, I enjoyed. I enjoyed you guys. So you four had a good like revelry that was really infectious, and it was cool that you guys were cool with us going because like basically people watching this tonight like Andy and I just like crashed these dudes fly fishing trips.
She's like, hey, let's go fly fishing.
This is very much like you guys.
We're ducking the drone.
Yeah. You guys had a thing going, but you guys were really cool and you were open to us coming, and you guys had your own like
guys trip,
and it was infectious and it was cool and not having cell service I think was part of that. No one's on their phones. And just like I fished for like 3 or 4 hours the entire trip. Yeah. Other than that, like I'm just going out there to be in the woods and hang out and like
sitting around the campfire all day.
Walking
up and down the river.
Out there.
Yeah,
it's
awesome. It is fun. I'd even come back to base camp, see what you guys are doing.
And that's new. That's new for us because normally we're like wake up and hike for 8 to 10 hours, get to camp, set up camp, and have a good time. But we're new to the hey, it's 10 a.m. I'm gonna go out for a couple hours. I'm gonna come back, have lunch. You guys are gonna be here, and like we're new to the base camp aspect of it.
Can you talk about the monotony of the 8-hour day?
It is.
Because for me, the hiking was a means to an end.
Yes, and we feel like that too.
Here's the thing: you gotta go. Agreed, but go go to like Colorado or California or somewhere where you got views.
Right.
You know, and that's where it
The
gets
means to the end.
Yeah.
So for us, like 90% of our backpacking, like in Ohio, is okay. I gotta spend 6-7 hours going from point A to point B. But once
that's Ohio specific.
right? That's Ohio. But once I get to point B, we can chill. We can have an awesome fire, hang out. But Colorado, it's like I can't.
Or
wait.
Michigan.
Yeah, or Michigan. I can't wait.
Or even
to walk
Dolly
through this.
Sods.
Yeah.
Where you're going and you got view after view after view, and that's where it pays
The
off.
payoff. The payoff.
And you know,
And there's nothing. I mean, honest to God, there's nothing like getting to camp at like 4 and like you've hiked 15 miles and you feel it, but it's kind of a good feeling. You know what I mean? Like it helps you sleep at night. It does. It really does. Like
it
you're
takes
just
the
exhausted.
terrors away.
But to answer your question, like in Ohio and certain parts of where we go, it is monotonous and it sucks. But we're there to we're just like we're gonna get to camp. We got some ice cubes, like we're gonna have a good fire. But that changes out west when you're in Colorado or California, or like we've never been to Utah, but places like that where you're just on a ridge, like on a mountain ridge, and it's views everywhere, and like you're hiking like 8 to 10 miles, so you can stop every hour or two.
and you gotta stop. We like
we strategically stop. Like we'll stop at like a really scenic overlook, and we'll
coffee.
boil water and have coffee.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like literally, like we'll get up. Like a normal backpacking day
Yeah.
for us is we'll get up at like 7. We'll leave camp by like 8:39. Have nice coffee at camp. At like 11 or 10:30 or 11, we'll stop for like 45 minutes, boil water, have like a nice coffee stop, and then hike, and then have lunch, and then hike, and like we're not doing some
It's
people.
kind of like a round of golf.
Honestly, it is.
but
yeah.
not infuriating.
we're not throwing clubs into the fire.
And like a round of golf, sometimes we'll have some booze in our coffee.
Does someone pull up in a cart and deliver you?
But we don't, like some people we backpack with, and like, you know, we're all about like hike your own hike, like do what you want. Like some people we know, they'll want to do 20, 25 mile days.
If you want to hike 6 miles a day, hike 6 miles.
but sometimes we'll do like our sweet spot is about 10 miles, which is like 6 to 7 hours
we
of
get to
hiking.
camp at
So
like
it's not like
3.
a ton of hiking. We'll get to camp at like 3 or 4 p.m., have a huge fire. We'll stop and have coffee. So we're not like crushing miles, like just enough so like we feel a little bit exhausted, help you sleep, feel like you've done
Some work,
something.
felt like you'd accomplished.
I feel like Miley Cyrus wrote a song about your.
Hey, I would love to
What was it
backpack with
called?
Miley Cyrus.
I don't remember. Wrecking Ball, I think.
But in Ohio sometimes like when we were doing summer backpack in Ohio, it would be like, okay,
A little topper.
we gotta get from point A to
Yeah. No, nobody goes dry on this podcast, Mike.
I don't mind.
kill it. It's your bottle. No, it's your bottle.
I get to
Kill
kill
it.
it.
Yeah.
A guy in our neighborhood offered me like, "Hey, I'll sell you a bottle of that cost. I have too many," and I was like, "Oh, thanks." But
You
I-
can
You
get
it.
them.
You can get
them.
it.
where?
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it there.
Well, you
can get it.
show up at Wednesday
That's
morning
true.
at
Do you
7
want-
a.m.
do you
I
want
do.
one?
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Okay.
100%.
I'll get you one next
Yeah,
time.
you
I'll
can
pay
you can
it.
actually find that.
So
I've never
I
seen
hope
it.
no one that I work with is watching this. But, I got that as
Well, wait, they
I got that
are.
as a Christmas present, and so did my partner. And he's not a big whiskey fan. I'm like, can I buy that off?
Oh,
of you?"
nice. Nice.
You should have traded him your gift, like the bath bombs you got for that. So, like, hey, you have these bath bombs.
So I don't want to change the subject.
No,
change
go
over
for
this
it. This is
conversation.
whatever we want to talk about.
But what is the backpacking's community? What is their thought on first meal out of the wilderness?
Dude, that is great. That's actually a great thing to talk about.
I'm leading the witness.
Let me
here.
give you my.
Okay, no. So first off,
Let me give you my answer.
First off, this is actually something that is
Very
discussed
popular.
and talked about immensely in backpacking communities.
There's only one correct answer.
Well,
No,
hey,
no.
So,
Yeah, one correct
so all right,
answer.
what's yours? Him and I, we probably have the same one.
Okay, so here's the deal. Okay.
Is it the Olive
Hey,
Garden?
okay, let's wait.
Okay.
Let's set the stage. So let's set the
All right.
stage.
It depends on region.
So so here's a good example. So
Okay.
we
That's
did
a good point.
So
Okay.
we did. Wait, we
I'm gonna
did.
do Colorado.
Yeah, we
and
did. So we did 100 miles, 7 days.
And then I'm gonna give you Ohio.
Yeah.
Ohio versus Colorado.
So we did. So in Colorado, we literally did 100 miles, 7 days. And I'll let him answer this. But
Okay.
on the 7th day, you're so sick of freeze-dried backpacking food,
7 days.
All right.
Which is delicious.
which is good. But after 7 days,
So Colorado was
Colorado.
ice cold beer. The
it's
biggest
always
the biggest
ice cold beer.
ice cold beer. Wings.
Like light beer, like
Oh,
lager.
wings.
Just
pizza.
a draft,
Wings
ice
pizza.
Wings.
And okay, so here's the Colorado story too. So we walk into Breckenridge.
It's Colorado, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
you
it's awesome.
leave that to your imagination.
So
Yeah,
we walk
yeah.
into Breckenridge.
and that's a weed joke.
Yeah. we walk into right. We walk into Breckenridge, and we're like, we find a patio because we smell like, complete garbage.
Awesome.
You smell. No.
Awesome.
Coming off the trail though, you smell like shit.
Yeah. So we find a patio and we get the biggest beer that we can buy, and then we get wings. That's the first stop. And then our wives met us there, and then we go to the second stop and we got
This was
burgers.
legit.
But that was the best part.
Yeah.
Your wives met you there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they
then we
met
got
us there.
burgers, fries, and more beer.
So to answer your question,
Wings, beer,
I think he is
burgers.
cold. so my go-to is literally the coldest draft IPA and burgers, specifically burgers.
Okay.
So we're gonna switch it up to Ohio now.
What is it in Ohio?
Ohio, this is a weird one. We come off the trail.
I'm curious to what this is.
No, this is true. Ohio, no food, just McDonald's.
Oh,
Diet
Coke. Diet Coke.
The biggest Diet Coke that we can find.
Yeah.
You too?
You have
Yeah.
my wife's pregnancy diet.
But it is
burgers for
burgers
me.
and pizza and wings.
In West Virginia, once we went to like a hole-in-the-wall barbecue joint. That was pretty sweet.
What was that?
On the way back from Dolly Sods.
Oh.
Winter Dolly Sods.
That was so good.
But for me, honestly, like on day 5 or day 6,
We started imagining.
I started imagining it's burgers for me.
Yeah.
feel
It's
like you
usually
guys-
pizza and beer and wings.
Pizza's
for me.
and all that.
But you know where this conversation's going.
Dude, there's only one answer to this.
Tudor's
Tudors!
Biscuit World. Tudor's Biscuit World.
So,
Yeah,
so
okay.
we went to Tudors.
Tudor's Biscuit World.
So
Tudors.
we went to Tudors.
Travis is still in here.
After
He
the-
turned us on.
After the
Tudors.
first
Yeah.
one, dude, Tudors is legit, and
Tudors.
we did not get it on after. We did not get it after. I know.
Oh, you did? Ooh, after all the hype?
I know.
No.
we didn't.
We got beef jerky.
No, we got a
All
big thing of beef
seriousness,
jerky.
we're-
And there's a Tudors at Raven at the exit.
Ravenswood, yeah,
yeah.
Ravenswood, yeah. We're driving out of there, I swear, and I'm dozing off to the side, and all of a sudden Mike goes, "Oh my god!"
I sounded like the screech owl.
It's
when I was-
good, dude. It's good.
What did you get from Tudors?
I saw
Well,
Tudors.
let's talk about the Tudor's menu.
So for people who are, and I want you to describe them. For people who don't know what we're talking about, Tudors is a biscuit. Well, explain it.
it's a
Explain
chain.
it.
It's been around a while.
Tudor's Biscuit World. 70 locations in
70?
How did you just
Wait, 70?
I told you, I
research
prepa-
on
How
that?
did you? How did you? Mike prepared. He researched. He did.
No, I got a lot of material on Tudor's.
He prepared for today. Like it was
70,
a
70 locations.
like it was a debate. He prepared his.
Honestly, Jay, after I tried it, I was ready to franchise. So I was,
Tudors would kill
we
up
need
here.
one here.
yeah,
we
we
need
need
one
one
here.
right over there.
So explain the menu. Explain the menu.
Tudor's
prepared.
Biscuit World. Option.
It's in the name.
So first of all,
Jesus.
I gotta take my sweatshirt
I grew up in southeastern Ohio. We were right on the border with West Virginia. Tudor's Biscuit World has been around forever.
Yeah.
So you knew about it? You knew about it growing up?
Advertised heavily growing
But
up.
there's none in
there were-
Ohio,
but there were
correct?
no- well,
Yeah,
there
no,
are a
there
few
is.
in Ohio.
There
Gal
are.
Police
Yeah,
has one.
I think the
Gallup Police
closest,
has
closest here is like
Gallup Police.
Xenia to Ohio.
Okay.
Okay.
None in the Columbus area.
Okay.
So I was excited because I had this in my head while we were getting a biscuit and fried chicken. Like, is there anything more trendy right now? The idea.
That's good.
And again, growing up, knowing the commercials.
That's the IPA of breakfast.
When you're in middle of nowhere, West Virginia, you're looking for trendy.
That's the IPA breakfast.
No, I mean, I couldn't get avocado toast out there.
Avocado toast.
But ironically, I've known about Tudors my whole life, but I don't know.
You never had it?
Well, I mean, maybe 20 years ago I had Tudors. So
Yeah.
it was just, again, it was a nostalgia trip for me. So it's time to get
it's all
back
about
to
nostalgia.
Yeah.
So I legitimately had in my head, I'm getting Tudors when I come out. Well, again, I screeched like a screech out when I saw one. And we pulled in. We pulled in.
Dude,
The bikes on the back went flying. It was a mess.
he could have passed it and then turned in gently.
Yeah, no, it was aggressive. So we get in the drive-through line, and I don't if you've seen the menu for Tudors,
it's absurd.
It's absurd.
It's absurd.
They're so big.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
They're so big.
Yeah, it's
You're
the
like, I understand why
it's
West
the
Virginia has the high rates of
it's the
obesity.
Cheesecake Factory fast foods.
That's a good way of putting it.
He's done
Yeah.
so much research.
No, I have thought about that. I mean,
He goes to sleep at night thinking about that.
no, and it's super confusing too, because you look at the menu, and first of all, the fact that there is no such thing as a fried chicken and I mean, unbelievable.
That is insane.
There's
Actually,
no biscuit.
that is insane.
No, this
they
is
have
the-
so many different
This is
kinds.
the icing. This is the icing on the cake.
No
though.
fried chicken.
They offer a lunch sandwich that is fried chicken, but
But
with
not on
a
a
regular
biscuit?
bun, but not on a biscuit.
Did you ask him? We're like, can you just put it on a biscuit for me?
Listen, apparently these things will run off of like 3 13-year-olds can run these things. All right, so I'm scanning the menu and looking for this thing, and you know that discomfort when you're at the drive-thru and there are people behind you, and you
He
just,
gets very uncomfortable. He got very uncomfortable.
There's some great tutors.
So what do you want, guys? What do you want?
So,
Tell me
so
what
I,
you want.
so I took the wine list approach to. I just go to number 2. I don't want the number 1. I want number 2. Number 2 on the menu, which is a shaved ham, egg, and melted cheese biscuit. First of all, the biscuits there are phenomenal.
They're so big.
Yeah.
They're big.
Do they use? Since you've done
They're
research,
great.
do they use lard in their biscuits?
I don't know.
It doesn't.
I don't. I need to.
They use awesome.
They have to.
No, I mean that's how they
have to.
made. That's how they got to 70 locations. They got a damn good biscuit. But the shaved, first of all, the melted cheese was not melted cheese. It was cheese whiz, basically.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which is
and
good.
again, and the menu
For
was
$2.99. What do you?
I mean, the menu. It was like
was it literally $3?
it was like a TJ's. Whatever. A fast food TJ's. So I've been meaning to ask you guys too, because you guys do I think you do a thing on your videos where what's gonna kill me here. What's the most dangerous thing that I'm going to encounter?
There's a video where you edited in like danger level.
Danger
Yes.
level.
Oh, where's
Mothman is high on that.
Dude,
So-
do you know how much Tudors is so
So
far?
I was doing a danger level with the Tudors menu.
Danger level.
And the top of the list was
been
anything
prepared.
anything gravy based that could have been there for a long time. So I quickly eliminated that. Again, I went to number 2 because I figured that's funny.
After all this analysis, you said 2, please.
Number 2, please.
Number 2, please.
I mean, the stress of being in.
Was this your first time at a Tutors?
Again, it's been
Wow.
20 years.
You analyzed
okay.
the crap out of it.
No, I love it. I love it.
The
I
menu,
love it.
the
Bacon,
menu
egg, and
is
cheese biscuit, please.
Okay, Tudor. So the sandwich was the biscuit, unbelievable. The rest of the sandwich, fine. The side dish,
Wait, there's sides?
Tater tots.
Oh yeah, we didn't get sides.
We didn't get sides. No.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Listen,
I know.
We're
We
noobs.
effed
Listen,
up. I
listen.
know.
What is wrong?
I
This is
know.
where they're
going on?
this
I
is
know,
where
we
they're
effed up.
dominating. I mean, it's
going
a
on?
The tater tops were that
it's
that good?
a pint of tater tots. I mean, you know the little thing you get at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like I think they have sandwiches with those on them. But this is and it was enough salt to make up for the 3 days that I was
got
in
your
the wilderness.
electrolytes back.
You guys loaded MSG and salt. Just,
I mean,
so
the
good.
tots made up for anything. So
was that super satisfying? And was it more satisfying because you were coming out of the woods?
yeah, it was the intellectual buildup
Right, I
to
feel like
talking
that-
about
yeah.
tutors the whole time. But I mean, the fact that they don't have a chicken biscuit, though. I mean, I have to
Come
drop.
on,
I have to
dude.
drop my.
Yeah, that's surprising.
But they have a sandwich.
Yeah.
They
That makes
clearly have a
sense.
fryer that works.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
creating other things, but the fact that you couldn't put a chicken breast on a biscuit, inexcusable.
What did you get?
I always go bacon, egg, and cheese.
Was this your first time at a Tutors?
Yeah, I think it was.
Really?
Yeah. And I was.
You
all
got
pumped
like that
up.
Ravenswood one can't be that far from where you guys grew up. I guess it probably wasn't there when you guys
It was
grew up.
not there.
It's not
Yeah.
there, but I mean, they had them around across the river in West Virginia. I don't know.
Until May of this year, we didn't know they existed. And our buddy was like, dude, you got to go to Tutors. And we went there, and they're so big. Just fill your colon up.
I mean, we're talking love for tutors, but
Hey.
Chick-fil-A biscuit. I
Yeah.
mean, it's hard to beat.
Chick-fil-A
It's
is
hard to
pretty
beat.
good.
Hey, we're gonna do a birthday shout out.
We got a birthday shout out?
Yeah, birthday
All right,
shout
whose
out.
birthday is it?
Birdie Big Time.
Oh, Birdie Big Time. We follow her on Instagram.
She just bought she just got gifted a sweatshirt, and the pattern is screwed up
from us.
from Teespring.
Oh, Teespring. Contact them. They'll make it right.
I know. I've been talking.
Yeah.
We got to fix that.
We sell merch.
yeah.
Hey, happy birthday.
Yes.
I'm sorry Teespring effed up your order. Contact them. They'll make it right.
Yeah, and we'll work with you, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you like biscuits? We could.
Yeah.
You
Where you
said
at?
so,
Go
yeah.
to Tutors. Dude, a Tutors would kill here. Let's franchise. Let's franchise.
I know all these Columbus hipsters would be all over that.
So is that so? Okay, so coming out of the woods now, are you guys gonna crave biscuits?
A little bit. I mean, the problem is Chick-fil-A is like right out there.
close.
And their biscuits are phenomenal.
But like honestly,
God.
so here's a question.
hold on. A lot of love for Bojangles in here.
I've never had Bojangles.
Yeah,
I've had.
we're in Ohio.
Never
we
had
don't
it.
have it in
Good
Ohio.
point.
We don't have it in Ohio.
Next
What,
time
uh,
I hike, I'll find one.
What? So here's a question. What's the longest you guys have stayed out on a trip? Like, how many days have you gone without like coming back to like real civilization?
Was this
Is it a
it?
bit more than like 3 days?
Next question, please.
Well, for me, I feel it was like the classic post college backpacking through Europe trip where
Oh, so you did that?
where you you're eating the whole time, but again, it's not much better than a baguette and peanut
Yeah.
butter. You just
Baguette's coming on the next
when you
trip.
find,
I know.
when you find that McDonald's in France and everyone's like, oh, they're looking down at you, but holy cow, I just needed something familiar
Yeah.
to eat for a second, something without curry in it.
Europe and
by
curry?
the- Which, by the way, whatever Mountain House meal I had curry. It was delicious.
Delicious.
What was it?
Is that Mountain House?
I think it was.
What Mountain House meals did you guys have?
Yeah, you had the scrambled eggs sucked. The
That
scrambled.
was the only thing that was bad.
Yeah, no,
The
we've
scrambled
had that.
eggs.
That was
it was
bad.
weird. It was funny. Like
But
it
you
just
had
wouldn't
you had the breakfast skillet.
breakfast
You
skillet.
loved it?
Great.
What'd you have for dinner?
Loved the lasagna. I think I had.
What did you have?
Good.
I can't remember the brand, but
You had Backpack Pantry, didn't you?
Mexican quinoa was from like
That's
Maine.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite.
Chili Mac.
That's right.
Yeah, the
that
Chili
was-
Mac's good.
Chili Mac's
Really
pretty
good.
famous.
We'll get you on the biscuits
that's
and
really
gravy
good.
train.
Biscuits and gravy is
Oh
legit.
no! Hold on. Shoot. Chicken and dumplings was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
right,
yeah.
that's
Chicken
right.
and dumplings.
Chicken
is good.
and dumplings.
That's right.
That was the
Forgot about
real
that.
deal.
Forgot about that. What did the other? What did Bill and Big D eat? Were they eating Mountain
Big
Houses?
D's old school.
Big D made the classic.
right,
the
no, that's right, he
hobo.
cooked.
The hobo.
That's right. He actually,
So-
honestly, that turned out really well.
Oh,
It was really
he
good.
brought an onion, a
Yeah.
potato, and cheese.
Yeah.
in the
Just
foil.
That was
Put it in the foil. Throw it in the.
So I've done that.
That was
I've done that for breakfast on breakfast coals. So like same thing, but like sausage and stuff, and like on the coals from overnight, you just wrap it in foil. So he actually, when I saw him doing that, I was telling Andy, I was like, we need to do that more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, okay, so when you're on a backpacking trip and you're going from point A to point B, you don't. When you get to camp, it's like I
You
don't.
know, a slice of potato.
I just like
know.
I
You
just
don't want to
I
slice
just want to dump
potatoes.
some
You
water
don't
on
wanna
a
slice
bag.
potatoes.
Do water in a bag.
You don't want to slice potatoes.
Yeah.
That's what's nice about like
Base
what we
camp.
brought the first night was like pre-cooked. You're literally just warming it up on a fire. you try and make it super easy.
Well, you need to discuss your.
That worked out really well.
We're going to do that.
That worked out really well.
That's a new.
That's the first time I've ever done that. So
that could be a game changing.
Walk through that for those that haven't seen the video.
So if you haven't seen the video, so the first night, and I got this technique from another YouTuber, and the technique is, especially when it's cooler. I don't know if you could do this if it's 90 degrees. You probably could though if it's frozen. You bring in pre-cooked, meat, barbecued meat. We did wings. You bring them in pre-cooked, frozen, or cold, and then you just heat them up in the fire.
Yep.
And we've been with the dude who did that, and then we brought like 5 pounds of wings.
Was that Jason?
Yeah, Jason did that. And it worked out really well, especially for the first night. See, on a multi-night trip, I don't know if you can get away with that.
You'd have to do it night one.
Because like we always talk about
Got proteined up.
Well, but it's like on a multi-day trip, that stuff's gonna thaw and like sit around. I don't know how good it would be.
That would be amazing still.
Or you'd get like salmonella or something. I don't know.
Whatever.
How
long does it take
It's a first night meal.
It's a first night
meal. Yeah.
But I thought that worked out really well, and that's something. So you got like first off, I got in on the BOGO on the pork today. Shout out
BOGO.
Shout out, and I could smell your pork, and it smelled really good. So I have for our next trip. So I did. So what I do is
I got about 2 pounds of cooked.
Yeah, so I have some pulled pork, some barbecued pork that's already frozen and vacuum sealed for the next trip we go on, because I'm going to do that again. I'm going to bring out the frozen cooked meat and just heat it up on the fire, because
That's amazing.
It was really good, and I've never done that before.
There's some good hot sauce recommendations going on in the chat.
Yeah.
Taco Bell fire sauce, Tabasco.
I've had Taco Bell fire sauce.
Take it with you?
Yeah.
The Mountain House eggs. Oh, but they're just. It didn't work for me then.
So, dude, sometimes we'll go to Taco Bell drive-through on the way to backpacking trips and be like, dude, just give us like 50 packets.
Well, it's like you order one soft taco, they give you 10 packets.
And those packets are good. They're good to bring in. Single use, you can burn them.
Yeah,
I know, right? I know.
No call.
What? I can't read.
See the last chat
No.
says no Collins ?
So we've done these before. I have a number that's not my phone, but it goes to my phone, and my phone is Bluetooth to this thing. Yeah. So we've had call-ins before where people
How do you
were
get
like
a call?
I literally have a phone number.
We have to have a moderator for that.
We usually will have a moderator like
Wake up your wife.
See, honestly, she was ready to do it.
Yeah, wake her up.
And she would sit there. And
we get a lot of trolls.
We'd mic her up.
And what happens?
People troll us talking about dead babies.
It's
like,
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Honestly,
wait, what?
Yeah. No, nobody said that.
Yeah, they did. They said they were like. They were like, I'm going to kill you or something.
No, there were some dead baby jokes, which I found kind of funny.
Oh, then the Binford Tools.
And some dude, so we did a 5-hour.
Binford Tools?
Yeah, we did a 5-hour live stream, which we're going to do again here. And this dude, not tonight.
I'm in right now.
This dude kept calling in and trolling us with home improvement references. And it was so funny. No, it was so funny. And it was classy trolling. And after that, Andy and I bought Binford Tools shirts, and we're gonna wear them. But so normally, sometimes we have a call-in line for this, where we'll have people literally call it like a radio show, and we could pick it up and call them in.
Yeah.
Not tonight.
But we
No, I'll wake her up. I'll wake up.
That requires a person, like a dedicated person.
We have
to run
someone
it.
screening that.
We usually have someone screening it. So no call-ins tonight, but we're gonna open that up again. It was actually really fun. We had a lot of people actually call in, and it was cool to actually talk to them. And
Troll game was strong.
Justin Outdoors says, I'm impressed with how much these guys have drank and have not had to pee.
That's true.
Well,
There's a bathroom right there.
Is that part of backpack?
Yeah.
Is that a segue to the excrement portion of
Oh,
the
yeah.
conversation today?
That is a good
video.
That's a good
Video.
segue. Hey, have you watched the trip video? There's some good.
It's out there.
It came out. Wait,
you need to critique my casting.
So, okay.
Wait, is this family friendly?
We're not gonna.
Okay, so the video.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have young children watching,
I mean, they should not have been. It's 11 o'clock at night on a
The
Friday.
kid that wants to watch us talking about Mountain House.
That's true.
The 11-year-old.
So, okay, more about
Wait,
Bounce.
have you
might-
not? So in the trip video, I've got a solid minute of you talking about your first deuce in the woods, and
a big deal.
you make a
big
quick
deal.
side comment.
You're
No, literally,
big deal.
your story.
I've got the first.
You trolled me with my scoop.
Wait, you've not seen the trip video?
I just saw the beginning.
Okay.
You know,
So-
the
I
intro.
gotta watch
I saw it was
So-
Kind of like you
posted.
see the intro and you're like,
20
this is
minutes
awesome.
before we got here.
So okay,
Yeah.
so I've got you talking about you taking your first dump in the woods on it.
Big deal.
It's family
Yeah,
friendly.
yeah.
It's family
It is
friendly.
family
That's a
friendly.
big deal.
It's natural.
L&T,
It's
leave no
natural.
trace. You
And
buried it.
Mike makes some
I did
comments.
my best.
It's.
I feel like everyone should be comfortable with that, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yes.
I feel like that's a we keep this a solid PG-13. I feel like taking a dump is in a couple curse words is okay for PG-13. That's what we do. That's what we
I
do.
dropped an F-bomb already.
You
It's
did drop an
over.
F-bomb,
Yeah.
but it's after
So
10:30
we've
on a
only got a
Friday.
few more-
Yeah, you can. So the way this works is YouTube. You can drop a couple classy F-bombs. Andy used up one.
I got one.
So
Where's the classy end?
It wasn't classy.
So if you have a couple more, you can. I
It
don't
has
know.
to be classy.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know where F bombs and taking a poo have.
That's true.
to-
So okay, but we'll recap. So you took your first dump in the woods.
Yes. I mean,
Have you
40
taken a
plus
dump?
years old.
What,
man.
have you taken a
First
dump in the
ever.
woods before?
Multiple dumps.
Okay.
I'm the first ever.
And to be
That's
fair,
crazy.
Multiple dumps.
All the time.
Yeah, multiple.
He just did before he got
In
there.
his backyard.
All right, so
Or my dog.
but again,
he's got the fake
I have
turf fan.
opinions on it.
He's like, I just know my brother. He'll scoop it up with the dog.
Okay, so what did you think? What did you think? Let's get the review.
It's
weird. It's weird at first.
challenge.
It's weird at
First of all,
first.
how are you coached?
I googled it.
How are
I
you
Googled
coached?
it,
Did you
I
really-
Googled
Wait,
it.
did you actually Google it?
Yeah, of course I googled it.
Okay.
I
That's
googled
fair.
it a few times.
You are an IT project manager.
Just googled it.
What
Yeah,
did
what's-
Google have to say about it?
I want to know the answer to
There
that
was
as well.
one video that a girl was, showing
girl?
some mechanics of it, which was good. But I still didn't learn all the techniques till before. And you're like, hey, there's the orangutan method.
Yes.
So,
And
there
I
is
I was like, oh,
technique
there's more
to it.
methods. I haven't learned about the methods.
I think it's a little unfair when you watch videos on YouTube and people just squat and
Yeah.
like
It's
not that simple.
It's not that
It's
It's
simple.
not
not
that
that
simple.
simple.
Yeah.
It's not that simple.
It's not that simple.
It's not that simple. It makes it look real easy.
It's not that easy.
Did you find it difficult? I mean, it's a little weird at first.
It's a hurdle to get over. But once you have to, the worst
Yeah.
thing you could do is ignore it.
Right.
And,
Oh,
So
like, people are like, oh, I'm not going to do that. Or whatever.
honest-
It's like, look, you
honest-
figure it out, you get it done, and I don't know.
it's not always. It's not always. It's sometimes a messy experience.
So, honest to God,
it
though,
just-
what we're discussing, that's a huge barrier
It
to
is.
people going backpacking.
and this is actually
It
a very.
shouldn't be a barrier, but it is.
And this
It
is
a barrier.
This is a huge talked about
should be.
topic.
It
Should be
is.
in the
It
backpacking world.
is.
It's an uncomfortable topic.
And so there's a huge debate on whether you use a portable debay.
Bidet? Bidet.
Bidet.
Love it.
Uh-oh.
Well, the bay.
Debay.
Wait, we talked
Bidet.
about this, didn't we?
Yeah,
Were
we
you there
did.
for the
Well, that
bidet?
wasn't a portable.
We
Yeah,
talked
no.
about this, didn't we?
And there's people that prefer to use natural materials.
Yeah.
There are some people that
And there's a good argument for that.
so some people
Oh,
so
yeah,
I've used leaves
absolutely.
before. There are some people that will take a lighter and burn their teepee right after they use
Just
it.
Jason.
That's true. Just Jason.
Yeah.
But as a more
What
of like a
if-
leave no trace thing, like burn
But
their
what if the
teepee.
bears should do that though? Because they're just leaving their
They're
shit
they're
everywhere.
shitting
was
everywhere.
Did not have any respect for
No.
a campsite in any
Dude,
way.
there's shit everywhere.
That was a lot
Zero
of
respect.
poop. They should bury it or something.
I actually like Andy and I, we're the same. Like on trips that are like 2 nights or less, I
Never.
usually don't have to.
No, it takes my. It's weird. It takes my body.
My body knows.
It takes my body like 2 to 3 days.
But honestly, I
weird.
enjoy taking a dump in the woods.
Ah, wait,
so-
the first
wait,
time
wait,
or it took a couple times?
Hold on. On the 2-day trips,
Yeah.
can you wait till you get home,
It's
or
not-
do,
it's
you,
not
do
a-
you have to pull into tutors?
no. It's not about,
Sometimes it's a pull-in scenario.
no, but it's not about waiting though. It's really weird. My body's like, oh,
What
you're
does
in
your
the
body
woods.
know?
Yeah. Your body's in the woods. We're gonna wait a little
And,
while.
like, it's not like we're eating a ton
Why
of
is your
fiber
body
out
saying
there.
why?
It's not like we're eating a ton of fiber.
I don't
You know,
know.
but this is honestly what we're discussing. It's a huge barrier to some people going out.
Should be, yeah, I understand.
Especially
that.
like my wife at first. My wife has never taken a dump in the woods. True story. We'll put that on the
I feel
internet.
like it's a hurdle you have to get over.
Like she'll probably consciously eat less so she doesn't have to.
Or take like meds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is a hurdle.
It's a natural activity.
I know.
It does. It's weird at first though.
Dude,
I mean, it's weird.
and I'm
you
telling
never
you,
do it,
like
but-
you go to a place. Okay, so like I was on like an 8-day canoe trip in Algonquin Provincial Park in Canada, and so you have to stay at designated camping areas, which are in the middle of like nowhere, and they're absolutely amazing. And each camping area has literally like a wooden like outhouse type thing, like a
privy.
a wooden like seat,
Privy.
basically.
That's what they call them.
Yeah, a wooden seat, and it's just
hole.
and it's just
Yeah.
overlooking, like, just amazing views. So you're sitting on there in the morning, and you're just like,
The views are great.
This is unbelievable.
And we had so we should say we had a privy at our campsite. Did you go in the privy?
I did both. I
You
don't
did
wanna
both.
Compare and
What
contrast.
did you think was better? Non-privy's better, right?
It was hard. No, I actually thought the privy.
Yeah.
I
You
don't know. I
like
just
the
felt
privy?
like
Well,
I
that's
keep
why
it
they-
all
I could not take the
located
privy.
in
Yeah,
one
Dude,
place.
you're smelling everything coming up out of there.
I feel like I don't know. I felt better about everything.
As
being
long
in
as
one location.
as long as you're L&T, like then
Leave no trace.
Then leave no trace.
Yeah,
then
kinda.
then that's
Doesn't
fine.
matter.
Then that's fine with avoiding the privy. But the privy, I like how they have privies on there to kind of like, so you're not dodging crap all over the place.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
also
yeah.
like the Bears, just
Yeah.
not giving a shit.
Andy, can you talk about your setup though?
Oh yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
You've got a packet, right?
Hey, you showed him
and
the deuce of spades too. That's
okay.
what we're talking about.
Shout out
Shout out
to the deuce.
So let me tell you.
You want
my-
some more?
Yeah.
You ready
my-
for some more, Mike? Yeah. Wow,
My-
we're podcasting.
By the way, finish that tequila. By the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you
I
better
will.
finish.
I will.
Yeah.
So my setup is.
You want some more?
No, I'm good. My setup is wet toilet paper, hand sanitizer.
He's perfected this over you.
Hand sanitizer and wet wipes, and then the deuce of spades, which is a trowel.
Did you like the deuce
Is it
of spades?
trout?
You used it.
Did I
you?
like the deuce of spades?
Did you love it? How much did you love
I
it?
mean, it was efficient at what it was designed
Yeah.
to do.
Got the job done.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. And then I also, not on this trip, but I also include Vaseline there because if we're gonna be hiking all day,
It's got lube up.
I'm gonna lube
Got
up.
lube up.
I'm gonna
Hey,
lube
you had
up in
some
the
choice
morning.
Thoughts on
So
that?
I mean, for
Brilliant.
the fans out there,
Oh yeah,
This is coming from an expert.
They're dropping
coming
off.
from an expert. I actually know something about this.
Yeah.
That's actually his trade.
And the problem is most people post deuce lubricate.
No, you gotta hit that right away in the morning.
Interesting. So people watching will appreciate this.
Yeah, you should talk about this. You have
you
experience.
I'm a doctor.
Yes.
He is.
He actually is.
He actually is.
Yes, the pre-treatment before the poo. I mean, it basically
That's the way to go?
Greases the skids, if you will, and prevents. It limits the amount of wiping you have to do afterwards. So
Okay, so I'm not talking about that.
No, but I feel like this is an important thing to discuss.
Sounds
though.
important. though.
I'm talking
important.
about like my body
I'm not going to finish this.
Finish it.
my body
Or-
gets
or
someone
share it
else
with your
gets
friend.
calibrated to a morning constitutional.
yeah.
And so after I'm done with that, since
That's a
I'm
lot of
there
tequila.
and we're gonna be hiking all day, I've got the Vaseline
Oh,
ready
you're
to go.
after.
Yeah.
But
I'm after.
you
But
blew
he's
my
saying
you blew my mind
he's
with
a
before though.
professional.
That's fine. That's fine.
But you should do pre.
That's fine. Post.
Pre and
But you should go pre.
But I think pre is better because it limits the irritation in the area.
So
he's a doctor.
Listen,
wait,
listen.
so do you just
listen to
wait?
the man.
So do you just go in prior? You just grab a handful and go in?
As opposed to
you've got toilet paper.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But at that point,
Pre-treat.
Okay.
Treat.
I mean, it's definitely
All
worth
right.
trying.
There's science.
He is an expert.
He's a doctor.
I think you'll be amazed by the.
What do you pre-treat
the
with?
efficient-
What's the
my preference is Aquaphor.
okay?
Aquaphor.
This is coming from an expert.
Yeah.
Is this like a
Aquaphor.
5 out of 5 dermatologists recommend Aquaphor for pre-treating your butthole?
1 out of 1 dermatologist in on the Show Brothers live stream.
I hope both of your families are still
Aquaphor.
watching this.
I did used to joke I'd be at the CVS or the Walgreens and he'd be like, I recommend this. And I'd say, it's on the label. Their dermatologists recommend it. They just recommend it.
But like what you guys are talking about, backpackers, they care about this sort of stuff.
No, it's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
I would. I mean, post treatment's fine, but I would experiment with pre treatment.
What about for like just general chafing? This is a big thing in backpacking
Yeah,
circles.
what's the
what
best?
would you recommend?
Yeah, I like lanolin based
Okay.
ointments.
I just know that as nipple cream right now.
That's a problem.
That's
That-
what I'm
that's
living
a
in
big
right
problem.
now. Yeah, I just know that as
Again, it's Aquaphor, and I'm not paid by buyers.
You
Doing
should
oh,
be.
this
one,
is
but
good. You need to get an Aquaphor.
Yeah, you need to get some
Maybe
Aquaphor
they'll send you
dollars.
some free stuff. But as far as an efficient backcountry thing to have with you, I mean
That's a good thing to pack.
Does
out.
it have scent
again,
to it?
That's a good question.
Okay.
0.
Okay, that's good.
What is it? Is it petroleum jelly mixed?
Petroleum jelly mixed with lanolin.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
what it is.
so lanolin comes from the extract from wool from a specific herd of sheep somewhere in the deep mountains
wow.
of Germany. So it's
So they know they've tackled the chafing
German.
issue.
That's good. They figured it out.
it's good for your baby. It's good for you on that.
I'd say I've got
But
a lot
yeah, I
of
mean,
it right
listen,
now.
chafing up here, chafing in between the legs. Again,
So
after
Aquaphor is
bowel movement. I mean,
medical recommended.
And to be fair, if you have an open wound of some sort, I mean, it's a useful first aid
Really?
product.
Wait, does
So
it
we
have
should
like
all be
does it have like
carrying this.
antiseptic properties?
That's a great question.
It does not have
question.
natural antiseptic properties, but to
you
be
get attacked by a bear.
Can I just lube up an Aquaphor?
Mountain lion.
It's
gonna work as
What am I doing?
it's going to work as well as anything else out there.
He's not paid.
Dude, we're gonna get Aquaphor dollars.
What do you guys do as
Yeah,
far as
what
first
would you
aid?
do?
So that's a great question.
yeah.
So
like, what is the backpacking
so
world?
we started, everybody starts with the really big first aid kits, and then after if you never use them, they get pared down. There's a couple-
It's mainly meds based. Like
So a couple things,
ibuprofen, Tylenol,
an-
allergy meds,
antidiarrheals.
antidiarrheals.
It's a good thing to bring.
Oh, I thought of that.
A lot of ibuprofen, a lot of alcohol. We'll bring
Super
alcohol
glue.
wipes, lube.
but what scenario would an alcohol
So
wipe
here's-
be used?
so-
Oh,
okay, so
you had a
here's-
good one.
So
An
here,
Isle Royal.
okay, so here's the thing. So we look at most credible threats, right? So what's the most likely thing to happen to you out there? Right. So the two most likely things are some sort of skin abrasion or a twisted or broken ankle. That's realistically the two things you're gonna have to, or a twisted something. Yes.
Makes sense.
So when we were in Isle Royal, which I know I've talked to you guys about at night, and actually I have it on this side. So I got out at night to go to the bathroom, and there was a pine tree with a branch sticking off, and I impaled my left. There's a scar on the left side of my neck. I impaled a
No, don't
pine
see it.
branch.
No. Oh, I do see it.
Yeah, right
Holy
there.
Shit.
And
You got to watch the Isle
Was that
Royal
classy?
vids.
so that was a thing. where
That's
if,
real.
If it was
Okay,
super deep at Isle Royal, I would
legit.
have died, because you're 5 or 6 hours via helicopter from the nearest hospital. So anyway, to answer your question, alcohol wipes are just for simple abrasions. And another thing we keep is we keep what's called LK tape. We keep really adhesive tape.
Yeah, so it'll stick through moisture.
Anything, and for
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
It'll stick on your skin for days. And that was what kept this going. But
So
this is superficial,
a little bit
right?
of tape, a little bit of gauze, a little bit of antiseptic.
And then another thing we carry is I used to carry Ace bandage, but now I carry not LK tape, KT tape. For a twisted ankle, some sort of stabilizer.
Yeah.
Because that's to us, other than like getting beaver fever from water or uncooked stuff. So that's what the anti-diarrheals are for.
Oh, beaver
Is
fever.
to me, the thing that would kill a hiker would be an anaphylactic reaction.
So that's true. That's another good thing. But luckily, we're not
EpiPen part of.
No, but
not
but you're gonna carry antihistamines, which aren't gonna save you if you're super allergic. They're not gonna save you. But like we're not super allergic to stuff. But you're right. I mean, yeah. Hopefully, the person's gonna know that and they're gonna carry that with them. But like we don't carry that. He actually in Shawnee State Forest.
It's on video.
YouTube. So Shawnee State Forest, which is Southern Ohio, their fire.
Shout out Southern Ohio.
Shout out
Joey Burrow.
There are fire.
Shout out to Joe Burrows. Shout out to the Bengals. Shout out to Travis going to Baltimore.
There are fire towers. Do you guys know? Do you know what fire towers are? Yeah. So we came up upon one, and I was like, I got some drone shots of this, and he's like, I'm gonna go up there, and there was a wasp's nest
right
built into it. So he got like 10 wasps stings. So one thing I had in my first aid kit was you're gonna know what this is.
So it was a sting.
It was a combo. Skin number / antihistamine. I forget there's a name for it, a generic name for it.
Lidocaine.
Yeah, it was like a combo. So that helped out. So that's another good thing.
It was
something for stings is also very good.
It's all on YouTube, and I come like flying down the ladder.
It was like benzocaine mixed with an antihistamine.
It hurt so bad. And
we just rubbed that all over.
But that worked
helped a lot.
That worked instantly.
Yeah, that helped a lot. And I actually, the reason I carried that is when I was at Isle Royal, I had a couple leeches. Have you guys ever had leeches?
Never.
On purpose?
No, not on purpose. So
do you feel better after?
Wait. What's the scenario of leeches on purpose?
Bloodletting.
Oh, bloodletting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a good time.
Stand by me.
That's a standard dermatological process.
So,
in Columbus, Ohio, I take those off.
So we were actually fishing for pike in Isle Royal, and we were tucking our we tucked our socks or pants into our socks, and that worked fine. But then like I got in later and I didn't have my socks tucked into my pants, and I got 2 leeches. Anyway, I'd never had leeches before. It was fine. Like I pulled them off fine, but like a week later, it's the itchiest, most irritated thing. And that's common, I think. Is that common with leeches?
A leech? Hold on.
But I had this like benzocaine antihistamine that they gave me.
Most blood sucking
like a hemophiliac thing.
Yeah,
right?
they have to inject something to prevent your blood from clotting. So a mosquito bite, a leech, a tick, they're all injecting things that are going to prevent your blood from clotting, and that's the material that causes the allergic reaction.
So
it's about 48 to 72 hours later when that really takes off. I mean, I got stung by a jellyfish one time, and it was that initial sting, but it's like 3 days later when it just takes off. And
it was bad, and I went to...
So steroids are the main weapon that we have.
So they gave me this mixture of like benzocaine and some antihistamine. They gave me a bunch of packets, and I was like, I'm stealing those from my backpacking kit, and we used them on his wasp thing. But that was an anti-sting thing. Is a great thing to have in a first aid kit, which most people don't think to have.
Yeah.
That we've had to use on a couple occasions at least. Yeah, that's a good question.
That's symptom relief.
Yeah. He got lit up, dude. And I've got it on drone shots. He's
going
up
to see the wasp.
He's going, I got a drone. And there's a cloud of wasps just attacking him. Yeah.
Did you look like Tommy
Cue
Boy
up the video.
on top of the
Cue up the video.
Dude, he's got it. It's so and he got down, dude. He had like 6 like huge ones, and then I had this like packets of these like numbing and antihistamine things, and it helped out.
It helped. I immediately felt relief, and it was it. God, that's.
But you got to pack for like
comfortably numb.
You got to pack for like what's the most at Patel we call the most credible threat. Like what's the most likely thing to happen to you, and that's sprains, insect bites, or some sort of diarrheal thing. And so that is our first aid kit.
Or you could just be tough.
That's true.
Just fight through it.
Just fight through it.
I'm gonna whine.
Just fight through it.
I'm gonna whine.
Just fought through it.
It hurt.
Yeah, but it's worth we're talking a couple ounces for everything we've discussed. And honestly, in Colorado on a 7 or 8 dayer, having an ace bandage or something, like if you roll an ankle, you still have 50 miles to hike. Having something to stabilize your ankle is we've had to use that before.
What about a defibrillator?
Yeah.
Does anyone?
If you go into AFib, you're just dead, dude.
You're done.
That's a good way to go.
No, we've like, luckily, we've probably done 100 days in the last 3 or 4 years easily. And the worst thing are rolling the ankle and leech and wasps.
Usually on like a multi-day trip.
But I always think like appendicitis, like shit. Depending on where you Isle Royal, you're literally best case scenario, you're a 6-hour helicopter ride from the nearest hospital. So it's like, what if your appendix goes? You're gonna be fine, but it's not gonna be fun. You're taking a chopper to Houghton, Michigan.
That'll be a good time.
But we do when designing our first
you'll
aid
get
kits.
ridiculous views on that video.
Yes.
You get more views.
I worry, honestly, I worry the most about rolling and breaking an ankle.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the most likely thing to happen. Just misstep and your ankle's broken and you might have 20 miles to go and you're going to have to hike on a broken ankle.
And your buddy's got to take you out.
Right.
And so honestly, carry your pack.
I carried this solo. We carried this when we go to places. Now, when we go to places where there's no cell service for like 4 or 5 days, we carry something like this because it's cheap. I mean, it's not expensive and it's got an SOS button. So like, if you're gonna die, at least you won't die.
If you're
Dude, honestly,
the defibrillator.
So there's a story. I forget the dude's name in the winds.
Wait, is this the one that
Wyoming? David told us there's a dude. This was not that long ago. He fell. He got trapped under a rock in the winds and he died of dehydration. Whereas if you have something like this, you're gonna live.
You would live.
So $100.
How does that work? Do you subscribe? Is it like, okay, I'm gonna for a year? Or is it like I will subscribe?
Month by month.
It's monthly. So it's $15 a month. You got to buy the thing.
That's worth your life.
It's worth your life. And when I heard that story, I was like, done.
I'd pay $20 for you.
Done.
I would. I'd pay
So
$20
it's like
for
it was like $150 for the device and then $15. And you don't have to. It's just when you want to use it.
Yeah.
So you got a month, and it's worth. And now, like with our wives and stuff, it's like our wives don't freak out as much if we go somewhere. You can text, like you can use your phone to text. You can text. Yep.
Were you texting on our trip?
No,
No.
I actually no.
Tell the truth.
True story.
Were you texting?
True story.
Tell it.
My wife
Tell it.
asked me if I was going to activate this for our trip, and I said no.
Oh,
because
What'd she
she was like, that's a little irresponsible. And I was like, so I said, I go, I am an hour away from the car via bike.
But how would she contact you?
Well, that's what she said. And I was like,
That's what she said.
but I was like,
Wait, that's not a good. That's what she
Michael
said.
Scott.
yeah. But I was like, 'cause I was only thinking like, I need to contact you if I broke my leg. But I'm like, she probably wants to contact me if something happened. I'm like, it can wait a day.
I mean, if the baby sped up a little bit.
Yeah, like
she
if
would
something,
wanna
if something happened, like it can wait a day.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you going?
It's more
to
like I thought it was like if I broke my leg,
No,
she
she
was
didn't give no
concerned. No, she
shit
was
about
no,
that.
she was concerned about being able to contact me. And I'm like, you'll be fine.
Listen,
You have hospitals.
Is that a discussion in the backpacking community?
Yeah, it is.
That's a
cell
good
phone
one.
rates
Oh,
because
It
that's
is.
deep.
It is.
I mean, within my family, that was a major issue.
You gotta get one of
like-
these.
like leaving like the bubble.
It's true.
of,
That's the
so,
first time I've been 3
I got
days
this.
in communication.
I got
First
this.
time ever.
So I went on my first solo last year. Nowhere with cell service. And if you're going somewhere
You went
solo,
solo?
yeah. If you're going somewhere solo, no cell service, you got to have some sort of plan. Just why not?
So, so Arcana just posted. This is interesting.
Okay.
I had a family member suffer a heart attack while on trail. Had it not been for my inReach, I wouldn't have heard and been able to get off trail and to the hospital to see him before he passed.
So that's like what my wife was saying.
The ability for
wow.
home to contact you
Yeah.
in case of emergency
Right.
is just as important as yet.
That's
as
all.
I don't know if it's just as important. I mean, the ability for me to call for
Yeah,
a
sure,
chopper if I'm dying feels like a little bit more important. But I agree with him.
Are we being selfish?
Yes.
In leaving our loved ones
And
in a
yes.
situation.
Yeah.
I guess that's
So
what
I'm
it
surprised. So
comes down to.
did either of you guys, when you guys were leaving, I'm assuming
This conversation's going to dark place.
were either of your wives were like, can we text you guys? Like, was that a thing? Because I don't know if you guys knew. Like, I knew there
Or
were
were you just like, I'll just talk to
like
you
we
later.
knew, like we've been there. Like this past year, we knew. I told my wife, like, I will not have cell service. Deal with it. I'm like, I'm an hour from the car. If something terrible is going to happen to me, I was selfish and not realizing that if they need to contact me, sorry. But was this a conversation with your families? Or were you just like, F it, YOLO?
We didn't have the conversation, but it's a real concern.
Did they not realize?
We
Like,
had.
Did you?
So how'd it go?
Yeah, you had
How'd it
the
go? How'd it go?
And
How'd it go?
It was uncomfortable. like,
Did you consider something like this?
I don't know that
You can
something
get a
like
smaller-
that exists.
You can get
Yeah.
a smaller one too.
You can get a tiny one. This is way too big. You can get just a tiny one that Bluetooths your
I mean,
phone.
I don't do it enough, and I just
Yeah.
figured 3 days is
Right.
It's true. You think of that. Like, 3
statistically,
days?
statistically, but
it's very
but,
unlikely.
but it is a in today's society. I mean, it's a hard thing.
Would you
to kinda-
going out again? Would you guys consider something like this, or just we'll take mine if we go?
I
or
would
something?
consider.
Just take
Yeah,
yours.
I'm going to
I'll consider
borrow
taking
a
yours.
friend's.
Yeah, right.
Like I borrowed your bear spray.
Yeah, you could have taken this.
Real quick, Kevin, what kind of watch is that?
This
Yeah.
is a Garmin Phoenix 5.
Perfect.
Great
Garmin
question.
Phoenix
Wow.
5.
What do you do with it?
Is that,
it's
is
got
that
everything.
Phoenix with an F or a P?
It's with an F.
Oh wait.
Great question.
Oh.
FENIX.
Okay.
It's everything. It's great. It's backpacking, running. It's everything. A random question. Love it.
Do it
Love it.
all.
We pulled away from the deep, like if my family needs to contact me if I'm dying question.
You should go back to the poop. That was a lot less
do we ever
serious.
settle that?
So someone made a hilarious comment. I gotta go.
Talk about poop.
I gotta go a while back that something along the lines of like we've reached 2 hours and this is the most epic one compared to the 5 hours.
We honestly we normally don't go this long. But
Oh, sorry.
but no. When we have people in person, they go longer. And like,
Yeah, we like
if
chatting.
you guys have to leave, don't feel bad. We can end this. I mean,
God, let me
It's
check
already-
see if I got a text.
it's already 11:15.
I'm
Are the
good.
fans
I
ready
know.
to-
I know
got
you
nothing,
guys
I'm
have
good.
you guys have real families and stuff you have to get back to.
Real
But it's good conversation, and this has been really
Dude,
fun.
Murphy is still sleeping.
She's asleep, dude. We're good. On the last live stream, you could hear a baby screaming in the background, so we had to shut the door. It was great. All right.
I'm looking forward to the wives trip. I feel like that's a necessity.
So you're basically saying this is happening.
Yeah, but you're at the end of
And
the wives
you're
backpacking
basically
season.
saying, yeah, the wives backpacking season
It's over.
is like
There's a 2-week
you don't
period
like
where
you
it's
don't
72
no bugs.
degrees.
yeah, no
and
bugs,
the
and
bugs
it's
are
not
all
cold.
dead.
So okay. So if we did all our wives, it'd be 8 people, and we'd go for one night. Would your wife be down? And what would you do
Wait,
with the
are
kids?
you still courting? Are you still courting?
Yeah.
That's what we need to know.
We're trying to rekindle that.
There's no answer.
So I've talked to his wife. She's in.
Is
I
she
know.
in?
I know
hope
his
so.
wife's
I
in.
hope so. I really would.
What
enjoy-
about
I would enjoy
Mrs.
that a lot.
McKelvey?
Listen,
I feel like it's
peer
gotta be a-
pressure
She'd
is
be in?
unbelievable.
Okay, all right.
Peer pressure.
We'll make
Like,
steaks. We'll make.
But
I
like,
mean,
she,
go
like
back to the family though. It is. You got to get the
that's
kids.
the thing. I know. You guys have a bunch of kids.
But they need to-
Would you come? Would you come with the wives first?
Yes, first. Yeah. You got to get them involved
Well,
and experienced, enjoy
Kevin,
and see what
Kevin,
it's about.
tell me what you learned from your wives' trip.
I told him this. This is
Yeah.
what you got to do.
Like-
This is what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to go. You can't do high miles, obviously.
Like 2 to 3 miles.
2 to 3, like an hour of hiking, 2 to 3 miles.
Okay.
First time.
And then
Yeah.
say, that's badass.
And you got to go somewhere with good
No one's
views.
ever made it this
like you,
far.
you
Yes.
gotta,
No one has ever done
You
this
gotta
before.
go somewhere with a good camping setup, whether that be views, firing,
Not overgrown. Not buggy.
yeah, good camping setup. You got to bring, yeah,
It's
it's got. So
impossible.
no,
No,
What I'm getting
no,
at,
no.
what I'm getting at, Mike,
the unicorn
ideal
of
conditions.
camping.
No climbing.
Ideal
either.
conditions.
Flat.
no bugs,
72 degrees.
Yeah.
Zero
not
humidity.
super hot.
Yeah.
And then we bring, like when we do this, we bring great food. Like when we went, we
You
bring,
did that with us. Wait
yeah,
a minute.
we
Were
bring
you
great
courting
food.
us?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're
geez.
like, we want these guys to like
you-
us.
Wanted
Did
us
you
on
We
just
the
want
court
these
us?
guys to like, yeah.
McKelvey brothers have been courted.
I'm gonna pull out the wings for this.
Oh
trip.
God!
I'm
We want
thinking
them to
about
like us. We want them to like us. We're gonna
Revelation. We just been courted.
No, but you bring good food.
Wings.
You bring choice alcohol. So
Yes.
usually
We
it's
had,
wine.
They gave us choice
You guys
alcohol.
wine?
Wine. What is
Wine.
the efficiency of
You bring
backpacking
a box.
wine?
Of,
It's
you bring
terrible.
a box of
It's
wine.
terrible.
You
But
bring a
you gotta
box-
carry it.
Box
It
of wine.
doesn't matter. Efficiency.
Bring a box of wine. You bring good
Yeah.
breakfast.
Yeah.
You make sure the
Yeah.
weather's good.
Not the roundhouse
Tons
scroll.
of
Ideal.
clothing. Tons of
clothing. It's like you bring way more than you think you need.
So I along these lines, I got to tell. So when I got back from the trip, I see my family for the first time in a while, and my 10-year-old comes up to me. Wow, you were camping. How were the hot dogs? and I said,
Claire,
we
man.
didn't have any hot dogs. She's like, well,
How melty were they?
At least the s'mores had to be good. I'm like, actually, we didn't have s'mores either.
It was wings and booze.
It's wings and beer.
And she was so she couldn't figure it out.
So your wife always brings s'mores. Allie brings
Yeah,
s'mores.
so my wife is adamant about bringing s'mores.
To be fair, it's a lightweight.
Yes,
yes.
light-
And
it works. Throw it in the
and
pack.
when she said that, I'm like, well, I probably should have
And,
brought s'mores.
my wife loves hot dogs, so we bring those too.
Yes.
But we bring we've gone a couple times. It's wine, it's good food, it's a good camping spot. It's good temps,
Easy to get to.
easy to get to. It's literally just be like the best case backpacking. And honestly, next month we're getting that here in Ohio. You got the fall.
Next month?
Yeah,
Wait, whoa.
you got the fall colors popping.
Did you read the Farmer's Almanac?
You got good temps, not terribly cold. Now the first time you don't want them to go sub 50 degrees. You don't want to wake up and be freezing.
Yes.
That's a good thing.
Or just learn how to use your quilt.
No.
Listen, you don't want any complaining. If there's any complaining, you're losing. So ideal conditions.
How much is this going to cost me at REI?
It's
It's
not
got
going to be
about
cheap.
$1,000.
It's not going to be cheap.
Worth
It's not going to be cheap. But honestly, if you get a bunch of people and like we've done this,
And you carry all the weight. too.
Oh yeah, that's another given. You guys carry all the weight. Yeah, sorry, that was another thing. Like, you're gonna carry the whole shelter. You're gonna carry everything other than like you're gonna give them a little
But
book
that's
bag.
just this is just the easing into
Yes,
process.
yes.
Right? But then it turns into
We're
the
not
full
past that
force.
yet.
My wife
How
took a
long-
nail
you
file.
ease in.
Yeah, seriously, and a little
I feel
mirror.
like once
Yeah.
you ease in, then things open up.
We're
right?
still in the easing in phase. It's a
still
year.
easing in?
It's a years long
And
process.
here's the thing too: is you've got to bring a backup dinner too.
Yes,
You can't
Yes.
you can't just be like, we're gonna make this. No, that
They're
might
not
not
eating
work
Mountain
out.
House.
You
They're
gotta
not
have
eating Mountain
you gotta
House.
have mac and cheese
Yeah.
on the back
They're not
burner
eating Mountain
just in
House.
We're
case.
10 years behind. 10 years behind, Jay.
we're gonna do this though. This will be fun.
I do it. I don't know. I really, after this trip and
We'll
everything,
go to we'll go to Vesuvius.
it is
We'll have a
so-
great campsite on the lake.
Yes,
We'll bring wine.
we'll have a nice
We'll have
fire.
a nice fire.
to
It'll
be
fun.
out disconnected.
Yes.
It really is. I don't know. It gives you energy.
Yeah, you give
to
them
be
you
out
set
there,
up you set
and
up chairs.
I wanna
You
be
say
out.
sit down, and then you have to set everything up.
Oh, we're doing
stuff
all
it
the
out.
work.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring some grapes. I'm gonna
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
probably
See,
going
he
to
knows what's up.
ferment them while
Yeah.
we're there.
I want to see some
Probably
baguette
ma-
and some
ma-
brie.
Yeah, the
Make some
baguette.
wine.
The
Oh,
Oh,
baguette
we can take a
is
whole
coming.
brie, wrap it in
Yeah.
foil, put it
Okay.
on the coals.
Okay, there's gonna be fresh wine. There's
See?
gonna be baguettes. There's gonna be
No,
from Kroger.
This is a good idea.
Yeah.
This I'm telling you.
I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah, seriously.
No, we'll do it.
That'd be
We
great.
did it last year.
Do you
We-
think there's any weekends left this year? Is
Yes.
this
Yes.
gonna-
You've got in Ohio now.
November is good.
You've got
So we're
until
gonna do
mid-November.
Vesuvius?
Yeah, you have the
Yeah.
freak. You have
You got the
good-
freak 60, 70 degree days.
I'm in.
We've got up until now until mid-November, and this is got you got the colors popping. Well, people are. You guys, you'll have to go back.
Creek. Spruce
That's in
Knob.
West Virginia.
That sounds good.
You guys will have to go back and read the comments. There's always good comments.
Do not fit the demographic.
No, Lisa's hardcore.
absolutely, Yeah.
Lisa's hardcore.
Absolutely.
That's one.
She's a real backpacker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The serious people.
All right,
But
John.
I don't know. I do think, I get our wives in, and then they will more and more. Right?
Listen, there's
You ease
nothing.
in, you
There's
ease
there's
in, and
nothing.
then-
There's nothing
Me
not
too.
to
I
like
was
about it. If
nervous.
you have best
I was-
case conditions,
I was so nervous about how do you poop in the woods and all this. And
Whoa, they're not
One
pooping in the
nighter,
woods the first
nobody's
time.
pooping.
But you
Nobody's
start
pooping in the
there.
woods.
Hold
on.
Get
Yeah.
comfortable.
No pooping in the
Not
woods.
there.
Stop. It's just
But
peeing
then,
in the woods.
Just peeing in the woods.
it's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Once you do it once, it's okay.
It's pretty hilarious though. My wife is literally in the hammock by like 7:30.
Yeah, and like if this spot of Vesuvius we're talking about, you have cell service.
Are there double?
No,
are there
but
double
you have
hammocks?
no
No.
self
No.
service.
No, she's a trooper. She's like off on her own, doing her own hammock thing.
Yeah, I'm telling
Oh,
you,
she has
it's
her
fun.
own
It's
hammock?
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can supply
She-
hammocks.
Yeah, I'm saying we
got hammocks for everybody.
Wait.
But you
Behind that
sneak
door.
in. You
Wait,
sneak in late at night.
So hiking
No.
is it?
sneak.
No.
It's not better to like snuggle.
No, not us.
Well, no. So I was actually talking to my wife about this because
Okay.
we have 2 hammock setups.
Yeah.
And we also have a 2-person tent.
Yeah.
And I was talking to her. I was like, we should go camping.
Yeah.
We've been in the hammocks the last year. I'm like, but it's nice. I'm like, let's go. Next time we go, let's stay in the tent together.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice.
Oh, what, how nice. Oh, how nice.
It's
The
nice.
audience wants to know how nice.
If you
They're
if you
asking
know what
how
I
nice.
mean.
They're
A
asking
2-person
how nice.
tent.
Yeah.
You know what it's mean.
That's my wife in there. She said $100. I don't care.
That is his wife. That is his wife.
Ew.
That is his wife. No, but I believe,
First of all, who makes the size of tents? By the way,
dude, the
Like-
size of tents is such bullshit.
Yes.
Like a 2-person tent is a good 1-person tent.
right?
Yeah.
But
It's
where did
nonsense.
that start?
It's like
Is that like the 32 pants
it's
I'm
gotta
wearing?
be. It's
That's
gotta be like the width.
I've been
Because like a 2-person tent is like you can literally fit 2 pads in, and that's it.
right.
Like nothing. Like you probably have a 2-person. I have a 2-person tent.
Right.
It's great for 1 person because you have
It
all
was
this room.
barely great for one
Barely.
person.
So if you take your wife in that, and
Yeah.
assuming your wife's gonna be on the ground, with
You got to
your-
keep gear outside.
your gear is not staying in that tent
Well,
with you.
yeah. I mean, if by gear you mean me, I'm not going to be in that. tent.
Yeah.
You'll be in the hammock
So
next
what
to
is
the tent.
what are you and your wife going to be in the same tent if you do this?
I hope so. really,
I'm going to
crossing
put
my
on
fingers.
earplugs.
Yeah, earplugs too. Everyone's in earplugs, and we're spaced out enough.
Should we talk about snoring?
That's a good thing to talk about. Yes,
That's
it is.
not a thing.
Should we talk
No,
about
it is a
snoring?
thing.
Why
No,
is
it
it a
is.
thing? Who
It
gives a
is.
shit?
No, because if you got the hammock spaced together,
So if you're a hammock,
I
you guys
snore.
have a hammock together. If you're hammock together on the same trees, you'll hear it. I heard somebody snoring.
Jay is out of.
It was
control.
him, right?
Listen, it's not just a hammock thing. It's an any 40-year-old male.
You guys were pitched close together.
Yeah, you guys were
You guys
little.
were
Is that
really
bad?
close.
Is that bad? Why did you tell us I
Bill
was
was-
bad?
I mean,
Smart.
if some dude snores, it's bad.
It was a screech owl. Screech owl. Pull up the YouTube.
Well, to
Pull
be
up
fair,
the
with
video.
hammocks, you guys are kind of limited though with how,
Yeah, you
how
are.
spread out
Yeah,
you
you
can
are.
be.
Yeah. Correct.
It,
But,
is, it can be problematic.
It can be
So
problematic.
does anyone put earplugs?
We all do.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
I have my headphones in the whole night.
Or
I
I'll do
mean,
I'll do
real
headphones.
packers
Yeah,
got
I'll
to
do
rip on you.
headphones.
Hold
I'll
on.
do
Did they
headphones
rip on
sometimes.
you for that?
No.
You don't get trolled?
No. I listen.
Actually, honestly,
How do you appreciate the
Honestly,
screech owls when you're
I can hear it
headphones
over the
and-
headphones.
And earplugs are common.
yeah, very
More common than not.
So hold on.
Yes.
That's okay, but sitting in a chair is terrible.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's weird.
Yeah,
I know
it's
backpacking
weird.
culture is weird. I know. I'm with you.
It makes no sense. It's like
That's why we
nobody
do
rips on you
earplugs
for trying
and
to get a good
chairs.
night's sleep.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have 8 of us, the
I can't
wives.
wait. I can't wait.
It's gonna be
I'm
great.
going to learn so much.
I know. I know.
So yeah, just put those things.
You're
in,
gonna
turn
learn
it
to
up.
work.
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah. You're gonna be doing all the work.
Set this up. I gotta set this up. I gotta cook this. I gotta carry this. I gotta filter this.
You literally will
Can
carry
we do
everything.
whitewater as well?
That'd be fun. That'd be fun. My wife actually
Ohio pile.
loves that.
We've
stuff.
done. Yeah, we've
What
done.
about the earplugs?
Earplugs are common.
Yeah.
They're very common.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, you stop bitching.
So if you
No. He snores and it's super
what?
annoying.
You know
No,
what?
it's
You know
super
what?
annoying.
You know what's ironic is he and I both have snore guards, like mouthpieces.
Oh, really?
And
I did not bring
neither
mine.
of us brought them. We're just like, oh, we're gonna be out in the woods. It doesn't matter. Like, why would we bother with
Did,
No
that?
one's gonna bitch and
Did
complain about that.
either of the other dudes snore, or just you guys?
Yeah, every guy that was
I
there
guess
was
it's
snoring.
story.
I mean,
this is funny. Earplugs are great. That way you don't hear the grizzly that is going to rip you for
That's a good one.
honestly, that's what surprised me is like earplugs.
Yeah,
Well,
so
it's-
you're at a disadvantage.
So
the grizzly or the bobcat or whatever. Is
So
gonna...
when you're camping in bear country too, and like you hear like a leaf move, you're like,
oh,
is
you
that
think it's a bear?
So you're just like,
Yeah.
just put in these
Yeah.
earplugs. Like
Dude,
there's
that's
bears
like,
all around
especially
me.
like when we go backpacking in the winter. Dude,
Dead
it
quiet.
is dead.
Oh, that's
silent.
pretty cool, actually.
It
No,
is
it's
cool,
weird.
But dude, you will hear a mouse from 50 yards away. And you're like, I'm dead. I'm gonna die tonight. It is cool though. It's a different way to camp. We'll get you guys out this winter. If you guys want to go,
in.
we have
Wait.
we have full.
I think I'm in.
We
no,
have.
you're in. Not
We
think.
have.
feel like I'm
you guys are in now.
I
we
feel like I'm in.
We
I'm
have.
very interested.
We have the warmth stuff for you guys to get by if you don't already.
You'll survive.
Jay
You'll
doesn't
survive.
know how to use blankets.
Yeah, he's dead.
That's
He's
the
dead.
problem. Yeah, you're
He
dead.
is going to die.
Explain to him how to use a blanket.
I've been to I've been to
going
many
to die.
YMCA camps. You just get in your sleeping bag.
No.
He's going to
work.
die.
Yeah, you will die.
All right. This has been fun.
We're on
We can keep going. We're on 2.5
Hey, man.
hours.
I like this person, Lisa Williams. Look,
Oh, Lisa, she's a super. She's a fan. She's good.
Yeah.
Never shared 2-person tent.
Yeah, she's a Columbus native.
Unbelievable.
She's a hardcore backpacker.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Kevin, you didn't bear.
Didn't a bear bump into your tent out west? Did it? Not that I can remember.
I don't know.
This reminds me of Big D's story.
What do you
Well,
got?
okay.
Okay.
I'm telling it secondhand, but
Now tell it.
Getting ready to camp with his wife.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
They're,
This is a good story.
They're going. They arrive in the middle of the night.
Where are they?
They're in the Smokies.
Smokies.
And
Smokies.
Do you remember this story?
No.
Oh, this-
so they arrive in the middle of
They
the night to
arrived in the
Smokies.
middle of the night in the Smokies, and they had reserved a campsite, and so they park and they do the late night hike to get out to their cabin, and they get there and
Wait, they're going to a cabin?
sorry,
It was a
it's
shelter.
campsite.
Oh, there's.
It was a
there's-
shelter on the AT.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're going on a
This is a
shelter.
good story.
Campsite, and they get out there and there's barely anyone there. There's one other tent pitched, so they pitch their tent and go to sleep, and there's nothing but a lot of activity that night, just everywhere, like hearing the stuff. And Dan gets up, looks around there's a bear like 20 yards away, throws stuff at it to get it to scatter, goes back to sleep. It's just prowling the whole night.
Mm-hmm.
And keeps getting up to like scare it away. They get up in the morning and the campsite is completely empty. The only other tent there is actually a tent that has been put up by the National Park Service with a camera in it to try
Dude, didn't they leave? Did they
try to capture an aggressive bear.
Yeah, they left, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they left. They get back to the ranger station, and they're like, "Well, there's an aggressive bear there." Well, yeah, that's been closed for the last like 2 weeks.
You said
Well, like we had reserved it
Yeah.
like a month ago,
Yeah.
and you know, just the
that he told me that story.
Can we get Big D on the show?
the best. The best.
I swear.
We should.
Yeah,
We
bring
should.
him
We
up.
should.
Can I
Bring him-
just be there? Can I be?
Yes,
as a-
we should. Yeah, well,
Big
he's
D?
got-
We
got
could bring him in via Skype sometime.
He's
We
got
could bring
good-
him up on the
He's
screen.
got good
Oh,
stories.
he's not.
He's telling me
he saw a
Big
bear
D's
at
story.
No, he
Cranberry.
told me that. Yeah, he was telling me about this aggressive bear at Smokies, and they just got up and left the next day.
Yeah.
F that.
Yeah,
Done.
and
Done.
And that's normal. They close shelters there
They
all the
do.
time.
That
for
is
aggressive
normal there.
bears.
Yeah.
I feel
F
like
that.
Mothman, future episode.
You know, I'm telling you guys, if you
Future
heard,
It's Halloween.
if you heard
Halloween episode.
if you heard the sound I heard, you'd be like, Mothman, done.
I think it was a mountain lion now.
Well,
by the
still-
way.
Oh, okay, all right.
Have you ever heard it? Have you ever heard?
Have
we
you
live
ever-
in
have you heard of
territory.
Have you heard of a fisher cat?
Oh yeah.
He's
This is
talking
what,
about
this
real
is-
things.
This is what it sounds like.
this is what
at Vesuvius.
Everyone,
we heard this. yeah.
Everyone thinks. So when I told this story, everyone thinks that
I love
this
how
is
we've
what it
watched
was.
this like 12 times.
And we're gonna have to listen to some dude
Dude, that's
talk about it.
144 down votes.
Okay,
People
wait,
don't
wait,
care
wait.
about that.
I've never heard one. This is what it sounds like.
Hear it? Just wait for it. Wait for
It
it.
sounds like
Holy shit.
Yeah, we heard that.
Yeah, we heard this. I think this is what it was.
legit a child screaming in the woods.
Holy shit.
Wait, where was this? Where was this?
This is
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, but they
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
it's okay.
No,
we
it's
get we get a
It's
couple.
classic.
We get a
It's
couple.
classic.
Number two.
I'm
Number
sorry.
two.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Tell me that's not creepy.
Yeah,
That's
so
a kid.
So
So there's 4 Fisher Cat videos, and then there's Chris Farley.
Oh, that is creepy. Hey, Chris Farley.
Play the Chris Farley.
They're all related. How are these all these things related? You gotta love artificial intelligence.
That's so funny.
yeah, but we heard something like that.
Yeah, no, we heard that at Vesuvius.
So the Ohio ODNR has said that there are fisher cats in Ohio now.
What time is it? Sounds like.
Have you guys ever heard of snorting deer?
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
This is
Have
a
you guys ever
freaky
heard
one
that?
at night.
Snorting deer.
Yeah.
A bugling elk.
No.
No,
they're,
snorting deer.
Have you ever heard of snorting deer? So
Deers.
we
I've heard of Wardy deer. We have Mr. Wardy.
I love how we've watched this
we
one.
actually when we were at Cranberry last time. So I'll explain the story and then I'll play this. And Andy and I have heard these multiple times backpacking, basically from like 11 p.m. Over the course of 4 or 5 hours, you hear this a couple times, and
Oh shit.
it's actually pretty scary sounding if you don't know what it is.
Where are they?
They're like territorial.
So I'm just waiting for him to do it, and you can hear it. Come on, YouTube.
Snort.
All right, we're going to this one. Oh my god. That.
No, that's not a good.
No, that's it. But that's not a good one.
It's more of a.
that right there.
What's he
Nah.
doing?
I still don't know what we heard.
Screech owl.
We heard a screech owl.
Screech owl.
Because I heard it. So this
Definitely.
this is
screech
actually
owl.
pretty accurate. That. You hear it again. That. So we heard that multiple times, and you'll hear it moving around you, and it's deer being territorial.
Yeah.
It's now when you know what it is, it's less terrifying.
I
But when you-
want to watch this one that says full version when silverback attacks.
wait, where?
Wait, related
Scroll
to
down.
this,
Where?
why in
Right there.
No,
why in Cranberry did we not see any deer? Did you
That's
see
a great
deer?
question. That's a great
Why
question.
in
I don't know.
Cranberry is
That's a good
why do I
question.
see deer? Are there no deer there?
That's
Can
a
you
good
play
question.
the Shill Brothers Chris Farley video?
We got Will Ferrell hilarious acceptance speech at the Oscars. We got full version of Silverback.
Get ready. It's gonna
It's a
charge the
rabbit
glass.
hole. You guys are going down a rabbit hole.
Get ready. It's gonna charge the glass.
Yeah, it
I
is.
just know it.
But honestly,
So, do I lose if I'm the first person to pee?
no.
Yes.
We
It's acceptable.
it's acceptable. We can we can keep going if you guys have to go.
Can you pause this?
No, there's no pausing.
No.
Go, Mike. Go in there. You're good. You're right there.
Just kidding.
You're right there. No, we've been going for about 2.5 hours. We can keep going. It's up to you guys. It's 11:35.
What do the fans want?
The fans.
Kid that doesn't
There's
like
already been there's already been Mike. There's already been 900 playbacks. About 882 playbacks.
I feel bad for that
Suckers born
kid
in
who's like, Mom, I want to go to bed.
No,
Dad's
we
like,
will
no,
watch this
you
dudes get drunk and talk about Mountain
We're going
House.
to talk about Mountain House. Do not eat the scrambled eggs.
Should we talk
Scrambled
about
eggs.
Packet Gourmet every once in a
Pack
while?
Gourmet was good.
Yeah.
Pack Gourmet was really good. No, we can wrap.
Jay and I did buy new Osprey packs.
We haven't even talked
the way.
about that.
We
Yeah.
should talk about that.
But you didn't wear them.
Atmos.
Wait, you're supposed to wear them?
So
You
here,
put them in a burley
here's-
behind your bike.
yeah, here's the question:
right.
is what's more efficient, wearing a 35-pound Atmos or trailering it behind you?
Trailing it.
Trailer it.
You
by
guys
far.
went. I thought you biked with it,
Trailer
didn't you?
it is
I
harder
had
than
no-
you would think.
What's that?
Didn't you bike with yours in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he trailered
He
it.
I
trailered it.
trailered
Yeah.
it and all our beers for the weekend.
And
You trailed all the beers in.
48
I-
beers.
I had 40 beers.
And we did not drink. You can go to the bathroom, by the way, if you want to. It's literally
no,
right
if
there.
you're
It's
that
literally
weak,
right there.
You're not going to miss anything.
Yeah.
You're that weak.
It's cool you just have a hole back there, just like
There's a true story. There's a full shower in there, Mike.
If you want to
If you want to shower,
now,
dude, you just want to freshen up, you can. I got a towel in there.
I mean,
You're good.
I've got Andy's deuces spades.
You want to hit the weights?
Like
You want to do some
it's
deadlifting?
amazing. It is weird digging a hole in your basement to be able to finish.
There's gravel right
Mike,
there.
you can go out right there, man. You can go to the egress. Make you feel at home. It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
All right.
All right.
But yeah,
Real-time
the
demonstration.
The
Okay.
Osprey Atmos.
So you
Let's
guys,
talk about
you
that.
guys both had. Was that new for you as well?
New for me as well.
So what did you think about wearing it on a bike?
Listen, I mean,
Not good.
compared to what I 20 years ago had
Way
had
better.
packed through
Yeah.
Europe and to the Cranberry and everything. I mean, the mesh like suspension that Osprey's created. I mean, it was
Yeah.
it was amazing
Yeah.
how efficient it was. I mean, I legitimately could have made it another 7 miles.
So you guys got backpacking.
Another.
Yeah, they had
Seven
Yeah,
times
so you're ready
mile.
to do some backpacking
Yeah,
now.
we're going backpacking
I'm
next
in.
time.
I'm
Yeah,
in.
we're going backpacking.
I'm in for winter. Are we doing the winter?
We'll go to Wisconsin.
We go every year winter.
Wait, I thought we were going south.
well, we'll go to
So
Wisconsin.
okay. So true story.
Where were we going to
So-
Wisconsin?
Listen. That dude from Wisconsin or the dude from Utah is the guy you have to
He's awesome.
cultivate.
So
That is
definitely.
So
I think Utah is
Solve-
probably the
So,
place to be.
you
Right
know what
now.
else the guy from Utah has? That
Yurt.
yes.
Yurt.
So
No, it's not a hot tent.
so for winter backpacking, this is what we're gonna get.
Tippy.
This one's only $98.
This is called a hot tent, and you pack in a stove, and we set
Wait,
up the stove.
Why is it only $90?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's
I
weird.
don't know. The real ones are literally like $1,500. So this is what we pack in.
I'll take a $100 fake one.
I know, right? I know, right? This is $99.
I'm in.
How is this so cheap? So anyway, in the winter, I've been trying to get a company to give us one for 2 years now. I think this is the year that they give us one.
Yeah.
They're super expensive because the light ones are made of titanium. The stove breaks down. You split
Crazy.
you split this weight
It's
between
about
4 dudes.
It's about 8 pounds.
Four.
It's about 1 to 2 pounds a person. You it's called a hot tent. And
crazy.
no,
It's
literally,
awesome.
it's awesome.
It's like 90.
$98.
It's 90
No,
degrees on the inside.
you can get them up to like 80, 90 degrees. So in the winter, this is what you do.
That looks like my
You
smoker.
pack in one
It's
of
a
these.
5-weight fly rod.
Yeah, exactly. So
It's a 5-weight.
we'll do one of these in the winter, and we
I'm in.
all and
In.
with no snoring. No snoring.
Wait,
Bring the mouth guard.
Yeah, bring the mouth guards. Bring the mouth guards,
Bring
dude.
no
Mouth
guarantees.
Bring the
Whoa.
mouth guards.
I'll bring them out.
But Andy and I have been wanting to do one of these for many years because this is the way to do winter backpacking. You hike in one of these. We split the weight between all of us. They're huge on the inside, like massive, and you can cook on the stove. And it's like 20 degrees outside, but it's like 70 degrees inside that when you got the stove going. So we'll do that.
Who carries the?
It breaks down. It rolls up. It rolls up and breaks down into sections. That little chimney piece.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll show you
Have
the
you
one.
tested it? You
No.
haven't tested it.
No.
I feel like you gotta
it's,
test.
no, it's very common.
This is the one. This is the one that's not $100.
Test
Um,
this. How much is that?
keep
Oh,
going.
3,
No,
5.
no, these are not.
Yeah.
These are not.
Eight
Eight
Yeah.
person
Yeah.
teepee.
No, you
Eight
want
person
something like
teepee.
this. This is like.
It's like a sweat tent.
Does it come with a horse?
Yeah, right.
No.
Dude. They're like 1 or 2 pounds a person. They're not because they're made of titanium. This is just the teepee. This is not the titanium stove.
Wait, that's $700 for just the
It's
teepee?
$800 just for the teepee.
Wait, with no stove?
Correct.
I think it's a
For still
stove.
nylon?
Yep, correct.
What
Comes-
the heck?
It comes with a stove jack.
That's
probably really good, though.
that is a little.
Yeah, you want the
But they're good.
They're
Hey,
probably good.
Hey now.
Could you do hot tent combos?
This feels
yeah.
like
This is what you want right
this
here,
feels like a wife thing.
right here. So you want see $1,200. So
And
the 8 person is $1,500. So right there,
Yeah.
right there. See it in the middle.
Oh yeah. Look how much fun that
Wait,
is.
how
So
much-
we're looking
whoa,
up
whoa, whoa.
seek outside
How much-
hot tents.
how much peyote comes with that?
I assume a bunch.
I mean, how much peyote
There it is though. See it? So
will come?
So you get one of these. We're looking at the Seek Outside 8-person teepee tent for the people watching this on YouTube.
Yeah.
$1,500 with the
It's
stove.
we're gonna round up. It's $1,600 with the stove. I refuse to buy one. I've reached out to these companies saying, send me one. I'll make a video and send it back to you. I don't want to keep it, but this is what we're gonna do. So one of these, and we'll 8-person. So dude, you can fit all of us in there.
8
Look at that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Look
see
at that.
something like that. And then we'll process wood all day and like
Look
look at this. Look at all the people, dude.
That looks
Look at all
fun.
the people.
It looks fun.
Look
Wait,
at all the
are they
people.
watching YouTube?
Yeah.
Alex?
Yeah.
We'll go to
Are they
Wisconsin or
I
Minnesota
love,
and ice
I love
fish.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, well, ice fish.
We'll ice fish during the day.
This is
You
the way
lived
to
in
do it.
Wisconsin.
It's true.
Did you?
No.
No.
This is the way to do it.
I'm in.
And
Damn, I'm in.
we'll get the wives. Maybe. Probably not.
Maybe.
Probably not.
Missy,
Probably not.
Missy is in.
Yeah,
probably not.
but an 8-person
Missy
tent.
would enjoy
Would
it.
would Missy do like, hey, all of us and our wives in the same room?
Yeah, absolutely. Missy is in. I do. I think she'd really enjoy it. I would enjoy it.
All right, you heard it on the internet, Missy. You have
She
to
would
do it.
enjoy it.
Jay said it on the internet.
Yeah,
you
but,
have no choice but to.
But
Just-
8-person is like a 4-person comfortable.
8-person, dude. 8-person. You're like this, dude. You're like this. Yeah. Mike, so this is the
good.
inside of the
That looks good.
8-person hot tent. So we're gonna get our wives. We'll be shoulder to shoulder.
Everybody's sitting around the stove.
$1,600. What's the weight on this? Can you guys see that?
No, scroll down.
Specs. So
It's a lot.
11 pounds for an 8-person tent. So less than 2 pounds a person.
That's your usual ice weight when you're packing, right?
Yeah, honestly.
Yes.
Honestly, yeah, we're taking 10 pounds of ice. Yeah. But anyway,
That's what I love about the Show
That is,
Brothers is the ice.
that is the way to do
Show
it. So we've
Bros
been trying.
and
Dude,
ice.
we've been trying.
Fire and ice.
We've been trying. This is the third year where I'm like, I want one of these companies to send me one, and I'll send it back to
I'm
them.
in.
I'll even pay for the shipping. I don't want it. I've got a closet
would
full
be
of gear.
fun. Where are we going to camp?
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Are
Anywhere.
we going outside Ohio?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Do these trout?
in.
Do
I'm
these
in.
trout streams?
Yeah, in the
Do they
winter.
run in the winter?
Can we do it in the winter?
I mean,
Fish have to load the entire year.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a good
they have
point.
to eat.
Good point.
That's a good
They're
point.
eating.
We have fly fished in the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
eating.
Yeah.
All right.
I
So
would,
do it.
Yeah,
Done.
absolutely. I would.
The wives are
I
signed
would,
up.
absolutely.
The wives are signed up. You heard it here. It's on the internet, so it
Yeah.
must be true.
The-
Yeah.
I'm in.
All right, gentlemen.
Thank you.
It's almost 3 hours.
Oh man.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
What happened?
2 hours and 40 minutes.
It's called drinking.
Where did it go?
It's pretty fun though, right?
Did The fans learn anything about tequila?
I'm sure they did. You guys go back, watch it. See the comments on the right. There's tons of people.
The dermatology.
Did the fans
was
learn
good.
anything about titanium?
I feel like the fans learned a lot about lubing your butthole correctly from a doctor.
Hey, Lisa said.
It's really true.
Oh, hey,
listened to him.
Lisa sent the Aquaphor.
Oh my God! Look how small
All
it
right.
is. Holy. Have you? I've never got that. From you.
Don't let go. It's on Instagram.
She's got connections
That is a connected.
in the business
That
for that small.
I've never.
The Shill brothers have that.
That is
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just to say,
we got
we got some Aquaphor
Why does
connections.
the Aquaphor market towards the backpack?
I know, but
community?
it's
'Cause
a gold mine.
amazing.
It's a gold
a
mine.
gold mine. I'm in.
Listen, they've got the
can
sheep. They've got the lanolins.
This is fantastic. Hey, Aquaphor is a sponsor of this.
That's amazing.
Yeah, can you get us? We can have a huge Aquaphor banner.
I would. He recommends it to me. Aquaphor. I'm in.
Uh-oh. Do we have?
What's he got? Yes.
What is he's taking?
Oh, it's Eucerin.
Dude, dude, this is huge. Wait,
from the makers of Aquaphor. It's the Eucerin products.
Oh my God.
Backpackers friends.
He played tutors in Aquaphor.
out of nowhere.
You gotta pull it over.
I did not know.
Out of nowhere. Put it
I
next to the
did
bear
not
spray.
know.
Dude, out of nowhere. These are full too.
Yeah.
These are
Full.
They're
These are
real.
full.
Oh my God.
There's no chafing.
All right, gentlemen. This has been
Mike is a god.
Mike's getting all right. Mike is a god. All right.
Listen to this man. Change your life.
All right. This has been really fun,
Yes,
gentlemen.
this has been amazing.
It's been average.
We will, of course, do this again with you guys. This has been pretty fun.
Wives, the wives.
pretty
I
fun.
can't wait for the wives. Debrief.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Who's Brandon O'Hara? Because he's my new favorite.
Hey, yeah, here we go.
We gotta get to know the guy that caught this huge fish on the Cranberry.
That's Travis.
Travis, yeah, he's in here.
No, he's off to Baltimore right now.
It is
Oh, is he out to
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up, people.
Oh, gosh, that was fun.
Big thank you to the McKelvey Brothers Outdoors for coming on. This is really fun.
They don't have a YouTube channel. That was the
Follow
question.
us. They don't have a YouTube channel. They
Or an
should.
Instagram.
Or Instagram.
So
They
how
got
are they
this
Follow
thing.
us aquaphor.com.
All right.
And Avion Tequila.
Yeah, there we go.
Is that who
All
we
the
support?
product
Good.
placements.
Aquaphor.
All the
and
product placements.
Tudor's Biscuit World.
Dude, this has been really fun. We will do this again. Yeah. We'll go backpacking again. Any final words for the viewers from the McKelvey brothers?
Hold on, you've got one more F-bomb you can drop.
That's true. I don't know if your kids are still watching.
No, they're in bed.
They're in bed.
I swear.
They fucking better be.
He just grabbed it from you.
The only thing I'll say is
Grabbed it from
I
you.
appreciate the Shill brothers and the
No.
love for the experience.
No,
It is-
honestly,
when we were out there, it is like being unplugged, cannot connect to mobile. It's unbelievable.
We honestly, we
That's why I
appreciated.
love it.
Yeah, we
you
like
guys.
crashing trips.
We appreciate you guys letting us come with you
That was
guys.
it. Unplugged.
Because we had a really fun time, and the whole group of dudes, and we'll have to bring them more on at some point.
Yes.
But you guys are really fun.
I want to hear some. We need to have like a whole 2 hours of
I
Big
know.
D
We
stories.
gotta have a whole Big D podcast. But we appreciated
Thank
you
you.
guys letting us come crash it.
It
And
was not a crash.
oh no, we'll do it again. We'll get you guys out backpacking. We'll bring the wives.
The
All right,
wives is
people.
next.
All right, thanks for
All
joining
right,
us
thanks for
tonight.
joining
Happy
us.
Friday.
Happy
Stay
Friday.
safe.
Snow Peak Titanium.
There we go.
for,
There we go.
drinking.
Aquaphor, Eucerin. All right. See you guys later.
See ya.